everyone. Welcome to another episode of Fourever Rivals on a Wednesday. Where else would you rather be but to listen to these three nuffies and me? Hey, how is everyone in the chat? They're already starting. It's going to be a big show tonight. You got the three rivals right at the bottom of the ladder. You got Manny there. The one person who doesn't know anything about football and doesn't care about his team, they're the ones that are like in the top 8 or top 10, as they say now. So how is everyone? I'm going to start with you, Manny. How are you going?
Well, good evening to everyone, Rocco. I'm doing well. I hope everybody out there is doing really, really well. The weather's been funny today. I don't know. It was really warm, then it got a bit chilly. Now it's warm again. It's just one of those typical autumn days. So
Melbourne days.
Magpies are doing okay at the moment, 2-1, but we can brag about that a little bit later. And of course, your three wonderful teams who at the moment we can talk about that a little bit later. But good evening to everybody else. Marco, Liam, how you guys doing?
Yeah, good evening, fellas. Good evening to the chat. Yeah, the weather is quite weird, isn't it, at this stage? But what is it? We're going on to the 5 weeks now. It's the 5th round or 5 weeks of football. It's amazing how quickly it's going, yeah? Already over a month. And by the time you know it, mate, the finals will be up. But, it's just gone so quick. It normally does seem to happen every year. You know, once the footy starts, the year just goes quite quickly. So, it's already 5 weeks into it. Very scary.
Yeah, soon we'll be having new coaches and, there'll be a new season happening for us, Marco. How are you going, Liam?
Well, oh, mate, that is spot on. G'day, everyone. Good to see you all. Good to see the chat. I'm the coaches. That's why I've dressed like this, you know. I've dressed like a coach. I've heard there's a few jobs going, so.
I reckon you've got a good chance, man.
I represent well, look good.
You couldn't do any worse. You should go and coach your team, but that's all right. You just keep
that's
clapping.
That's what I'm saying, mate. There is jobs available.
He's probably the safest out of the three at the moment. He's probably the safest out of the three. Just quickly, there is already the chat is flying already. Of course, we've got Bocek. Thank you, man. He's part of the TJP, one of the great members, and also the man who puts the graphics together. Thank you very much. And as he says, everyone give it a like. If you're watching this, give it a like straight away. I think that's Alex. Alex, I don't know who that is. That's LAR. I think that's I don't know who that is. Hitting the like now, Bocek. Thank you very much. We got Chris Mast. Hey, I like the idea. What's this, Stuart Mag? I don't know what that means, but anyway. What's this one? He's actually said, I would really love the show to incorporate a Voss segment on the main TJP show and maybe reduce the Barchi of the week segment to fit it in. Only my opinion. Oh, look, man, we love your opinion. We don't care, but we love your opinion. No, a Voss segment. I want to know what the Voss segment is. I want to know, like, how much more can we talk about Voss on TJP? That's all we bloody do is talk about Voss, man. Lou Felino, mate.
Next week when he gets sacked, you won't have a segment.
What's that?
I said next week when he gets sacked, you won't have to have the segment.
Well, then there'll be a new segment with the new coach. I'll be bagging him. We got Lou Felino, of course. We got some new people here. It looks like. Oh no, Liddy's always around. How are you, mate? Collingwood support. It's good to see you are out and about. I did also see here Jay. Fantastic. Evening Rivals and chat. Who's this one here?
Wow.
No, but I'm good, Bo. Well, I'm good.
A Collingwood supporter.
He's a great supporter of the channel. I did see one here I wanted to mention here. Where is he? Because he's always got something to say. That's really stupid. But anyway, we'll get it up there soon. Where was it? I'm going to find it. Here he is. Here he is. The Magpie. Army Chronicles. Carlton, Essendon, Richmond, the bottom three. I'm glad you can read. That's very rare for a Collingwood supporter. But we have been putting it up. It's all over the place. That you stated it now. Well done. Well done that you stated it. We got another Collingwood supporter here. What do we got here? We got another Collingwood supporter here. How you going, mate? How are friends and rivals? How you going? What's this one? Clarendon Blues Bombers. I don't know what that means, man. Seriously, man. Are you having too many cigarettes while you're there, mate? I'm with you, mate. Anyway, we got Marco. Very thank you for sponsoring Cordon Security Doors and Blinds, man. Mate, one place that will never let you down and never let you out is Cordon Security Doors and Blinds. Isn't that correct? And everyone's been loving this. We've been getting some requests to do some more of these. So me and Bo are on. We've got something special happening. But let's get to our favourite all-time commercial.
If you want your family to be safe, Collingwood Security Doors and Blinds is the place. Forever Rivals, a bomber supporter and a really top mate. All of your security.
Hey, 83394848. Tell us about this product.
That's it, Rocco. That's the one, mate. We're based obviously in the northern suburbs, but we will travel a little bit further depending on where you're located, because the petrol prices are starting to become a bit of an issue. So it might not be a free measure and quote these days. It might actually be a charge to come out and quote you boys. But to be honest, we're located in the northern suburbs. Once again, mention Fourever Rivals or the Jumper Punch. Get your 10% discount, and we're slowly going to be bringing out a bit of a custom-made designs in the next few days. So we might be able to post our little brochure next week, maybe, Rocco. So we're trying to customize some security door designs, and we're going to name those designs as well. So most of those names will be Essendon players, current and past. And I might have one design there for maybe one of you boys to choose your own teams and your own players to be named. So, all right. So hopefully next week we'll get something out.
100%. And we'll put it on our Instagram. Make sure you follow our Instagram, Forever_Rivals. Get on there, man. Comment. We put one out today. We got a few comments. It's a little bit like I put out a bit of a video there. Just giving it to all of us. I especially gave it to us, and then I got attacked. But that's what we love. We love it. We love that people are interacting with us. So that's fantastic, mate. Because this is what Forever Rivals is about, isn't it, Manny?
Certainly is. We're here to make sure that nobody gets away with anything. And if you make the mistake, we'll make sure we correct you.
Yeah, 100%, man. And Peter V comes up with a good point. There's the Corden Cup in round 13, the battle for the spoon. That could be the Corden Cup, man. I think Peter's come up with something there.
Good on you, Peter V.
The Corden Cup. I like that. All right. Will Hurd. Oh yeah. So what do we got here? Will Hurd be the design to keep the drugs out? Oh, you got to keep. All right, that's a good one. We might
named after Hurd anyway. So there you go.
We might do something about naming that last one. I doubt you want a Collingwood name in anywhere near your bloody thing, mate. So it would have to be a Richmond or Carlton one. So I doubt you.
Well, you could probably design a door where instead of having steel rails, you could probably have teeth.
Yeah, you could have teeth, or you could have no teeth.
Yeah.
Right.
Or you could have brain cells and just have like one or two on there.
Yeah, you hit the nail on the head there, Rocco. I think you're on something there. Huh?
You could have goal checks.
Well, I did have a template. I did have a template in the names, and I did leave one out. And I think I might have spoken to you about it, Rocco. I was going to call it the Curnow door, but obviously now not playing with the Carlton Spuds there, we might have to change that name. So you know, maybe if you get in there a bit earlier, Liam, you might be able to choose one of your boys, maybe a Richardson door or a Jimmy Jess door, or
Wasn't there a player that had a nickname? He was called the Flying something with Flying.
The Flying Dutchman?
Flying Doorman, wasn't it?
The Flying Doormat, that's
the Flying Doorman. The Flying Doorman. Man, don't disrespect probably one of the greatest backmen ever. And there was also the Flying Dutchman, wasn't there?
There certainly was.
I'm only suggesting. I'm not showing any disrespect to anybody.
You are. And while we're going to show some disrespect, this is true. Carlton and Italy, what a week. Italy have missed out on the World Cup. I think this is the second time in three World Cups.
Third time.
Third time. Although I think
3 in a row
overall.
3 in a row.
2 in the last 3 World Cups.
No, you missed out.
So is the World Cup every 4 years?
Every 4 years.
So they played last year, didn't they? But they missed out the year before, didn't they?
So it's been 12 years.
I don't think they played last year.
I think they did. Didn't they?
No.
Or was it the year, the 4 years before? I don't know. If someone knows, let me know.
I think they need a new coach.
Nah, they haven't played since 2014 in Brazil.
They didn't
So they
haven't
missed
played since 2014.
22 in this year.
Yeah.
Wow.
That's 12 years. That's pretty sad.
There you go. 3 in a row. There you go. That's pretty much, that's disgraceful.
But they won the Euros not long ago, right?
Well, Greece is going to get the same result as Italy, so you might as well not even be there.
Well, we didn't make it, but we have been the European champions. So
that's like winning the Wizard Cup.
That's right. We'll take it. We'll take it.
Hey, listen, let's get into this, eh? Let's get into this. What are we up to here? Forever footy, mate. And this is what we're here to do, mate. This is what we're here to dissect, to talk about the footy. We don't hold back. And you know me, I don't hold back on anything. I don't hold back on my team, and I won't hold back on the AFL because they're all a bunch of frauds. Everyone's a bunch of frauds. And the first one I want to talk about is rules. I want to talk about the rules. I want to talk about this, the new lasso, the lasso. Even that's a stupid name, the lasso rule. What are we, Cowboys here? The lasso rule tweak. Players must show genuine intent or give away a free kick, right? This is what I'm talking about, and I want the chat to get involved in this. This is a disgrace, right? Because I've said this before. They bring in rules. They got no idea of the consequences that are about to happen. And then they got to bring in more rules to cover their mistakes. What did you think was going to happen as soon as you brought in that rule? You think the players weren't going to work out a way, right? So they said that if you kick it and it gets touched, all of a sudden it's not a free kick. But now, after 3 weeks, they've decided to change it already. So I think it was the Adelaide game. I think it was, or one of the games. It might have been the Adelaide game. He dove. He just got his hand to it, and they kept showing that one there. How was he supposed to keep that in? Are you serious? So in that circumstance, he would have got deliberate and trying to, getting caught for not trying to keep it in. I'm telling you, they do these wicked solutions, but they've got no idea what they're doing. Whenever they bring in a rule, they don't think ahead, these fucking people. They don't think ahead, mate, because this has just caused another problem, right? Now we've got to worry about this. I'm telling you, and this isn't the end of it. This is not the end of it now. It will keep on going. What do you reckon? Mark, I'm going to start right at the top there.
Yeah, well, again, after last week, I think I might have mentioned that they've got too many rules in one hit, and there's going to be some issues along the way. But I mean, I could see it happening. You could see it happening where the players, obviously kick the ball out of bounds. But if somebody does deliberately, say, walk over the line or just touch it by hand, that's deliberate anyway, isn't it? So it kind of, I know
he's walk it over and touch it, but like, for example, for that one there, right, the one they kept highlighting was, I think it was Adelaide. An Adelaide player kicked it, and I forget which player it was. He ran, and he dived to get his hands onto it because you can do that, right?
Yes.
But that's not deliberately getting it out. He's not deliberately getting out of board. He's deliberately trying not
to touch it.
Well, no, he's deliberately trying to touch it, not to get it out, but not to give away the free kick. That's what he's doing. But now they're saying that would be deliberate.
Yeah,
right? It's just nuts, man. It's just nuts. It's another rule now we've got to worry about. Now there's going to be this grey area. We kind of took away a little bit of the grey area. Now we're kind of adding it again. Now we're going to add another grey area to it.
But they should allow the player, to run hard at the ball and try and, touch the ball before it goes out of bounds. Isn't that what we want to see a little bit? Like that commitment to say, oh, no, the ball's going to trickle over the line. I'm going to try and get there as fast as I can to touch it. Not deliberately, but just, obviously say it's not a lasso free kick.
Yes.
So it's not really deliberate. It's more about like, chasing that ball to try and stop it. I don't see nothing wrong with that. So now it is.
Yep. So if
they're going to turn it into a soccer game, aren't they? They're going to turn it into a soccer game because you see a player who's under pressure.
You got that rule now which I didn't mind it.
Yeah.
The reason I didn't mind the rule, right? I'll tell you why. Because before that, I didn't mind you be able to go to the boundary for relief. I didn't mind that. Like, it's been in our game for 150 years. What was wrong with that? And as I said, by doing that, the players get a little bit of relief. Now we're seeing injuries because everything's too fast. You're not giving the players a break, right? Is that what we want? We want our stars to be on the sideline. Bravo, AFL, bravo. You've done well again, So when they decided to do that rule a few years ago and they kept persisting about giving the free kick away, even though the ball does a 90-degree bounce and goes out, right? All right. So now we're bringing this rule because you're already doing it, right? Okay. But now they've gone the next level and said, all right, now if you touch it, so you might as well, man.
Leave it.
You might as well just go full on soccer and go, last person touches it, it's a free kick. You might as well. And it might even get there now. It might even get there.
The thing is this, right? If you get a player, let's say you get a defender who's under pressure and he's been, say, attacked by 3 opponents, right, which happens quite often in the back, all of a sudden that player's thinking to himself, you know what, I'm just going to kick the fuck out of this ball. It's going to hit one of those players. It's going to fall. It's going to ricochet somewhere, right? 100% it's going to, 90% of the time it's going to ricochet outside the game. So therefore, all of a sudden, you know what? I've just got myself a free kick. And that's what's going to happen. You no longer have that skill or ability to be under pressure to try and get rid of the ball the right way. It's just going to be smack it, hits the player. Because I noticed that a lot happened over the weekend. There was players that were accidentally turning their sort of body to the ball, and the ball would hit their leg and it'd go out. Yeah? It's now slowly becoming that. That's what's going to happen. They'll be targeting the player. Thank you very much. Further down, thank you very much. Further down, thank you very much.
Handball it into his leg. And Lou Foligno makes a good point. What's the difference between running and trying to touch the ball before it bounces towards goal? You're trying to save the goal. Here I'm trying to save the free kick. Like, so you've got one rule for part of the ground. You've got a different rule for a different part of the ground. And then we absolutely give it to these umpires. Sometimes I kind of feel sorry for them. Because
my question, that's a good point, Rocky. That's a good point. My question is, right, if you're going to, let's say we're talking about a situation here where we want to change something. My question is, who is it that gets in there and all of a sudden throws these ideas to the AFL? Because I can guarantee you 90% of the times, there's probably some uni student who's got themselves a degree in the speed of the ball. Let's call them toss spots, and all of a sudden they're getting paid 300,000-400,000 to sit there and say to the AFL, "Oh, but if we do it this way, this is going to improve this. We do it that way, it's going." It just, for me, it's like, who is it? Who is that person that goes in there and all of a sudden, what do they do? Do they brainwash them? Do they manipulate them? Do they say, "Listen, I'll give you $1 million if you all of a sudden do this or do that"? It doesn't make sense to me. They're breaking something.
It wouldn't be one person. So there'd be a committee. It'll be the AFL, and there's also the rules committee. So as far as I understand, the AFL want the game to go in a particular direction. So they would push the rules direction, the rules committee to say, right, we want it to go in this direction, right? There's too much time wasting. We're wasting too much time. Let's fasten the game. How are we going to do it? Then the brains trust no brain trust get together, and they come up with these rules. You know what I mean? Look, the game's always going to be a great game, but they're almost kind of destroying it in a way, you know, Liam?
Well, look, I'll start with what Manny just said. I think he makes a really good point. The hard thing about this is that I feel like the people who are actually making this decision, they don't have any hold in the game. If you were to go and ask the coaches and the players and the umpires and us fans, do we actually want to see this change? After 3 weeks at all? No, it's stupid. People are taking the decision out of their hands. The umpires have just learnt a new rule, and now all of a sudden they've got to change it to fit. It's like, oh, hey, yeah, we know we changed this rule, but we're going to change it again. Stupid. The other problem that I have with it is it adds that complexity to the rule. It wasn't too bad where it was, but one of the biggest problems we had earlier was this whole deliberate out of bounds. We've basically brought that back in. That is literally what this rule is. We've brought it back. It was a problem before. Now we're bringing it back. So now not only are we worrying who it's last come off, we're not worrying about deliberate out of bounds. We've just complicated this rule for no reason.
Answer this.
It doesn't make sense.
Answer this. The frauds at the AFL, the frauds that they are, right? Because the people they don't have a real interest in the game, I don't believe, right? Do they have to admit they got it wrong? Because that's what it is. If you do something and then after a couple of weeks you change it, you have to admit, I got it wrong. We got this wrong. Even 100%. Though we had all pre-season to work this out, after 3 weeks, because the players and the coaches, they're smart, mate. They will get around these rules, right? They always do, right? What do you think they're going to do? They got it wrong. Why don't they come out and say, listen, we're a bunch of bananas and we got it wrong?
But they also trialled in the women's they trialled that. So that would have got a bit of an indication of, if there was any deliberates and so forth. That seemed to have worked well. So
I don't know, but women's, Mark, I don't want to be rude to them. It's a different game.
They did trial it there.
You're probably not going to get as many, let's be serious. The women, like, that. Half of them can't.
I think they might have done it in Perth as well. I think Liam was saying that a couple of there's a league there that they did a lasso as well, don't they? Liam, was it yourself that said that? Or in Adelaide or something like that. There's a league there.
In the Sandful in South Australia.
Yeah, I think so. They were doing the lasso as well. Yeah.
As I
said,
said,
some indication of how that works. You know what I mean? They would have got some kind of feeling on if it's going to work or not to actually implement that rule into the year. So,
all right. So just say they did. They put it into the women's game. They put it into a juniors game. Whatever. Those games don't compare to AFL. Sorry,
no, they don't. But they would have seen
when you get to the top level where the pace is 10 times. The physicality is 10 times. The skills are better, except for Carlton. But everyone else, the skills are better. Everything's better, right? I don't think you can compare it, right? But they did try it. I'll give it that. But after 3 weeks, it failed. It's failed after 3 weeks, people. You have to say this is a failure because now they've changed the rule. Right, so now the umpires have got to look at it differently. The players now have got to change their whole mindset after 3 weeks. Because once they do a rule, the umpires go down there and they have meetings. They show them videos, and then they train for it over the pre-season. After 3 weeks now, this has changed. Now they've got to say, listen, now, you know, when you're kicking it, wow, you can't be diving to touch it because it's not going to matter. So maybe save your energy and then go down the field or something. Or I don't know, something different.
Well, what would be the solution? The solution would be maybe go back to deliberate. That's it. Just get rid of the lasso and just keep it back to where it was.
I think that they brought in this rule. Just leave it, just leave it as it was, right? If you kick it or handball it, but if a player happens to touch it, it's a throw-in. What's wrong with that? What's wrong?
Yeah.
Well, I would want to ask them, right? Why did you change the rule? Like why? Well, for what reason? What was wrong? What was wrong with that? What do you think that's going to make the game any more quicker? And if it is that what we really want? Is that what we really want?
Well, maybe
Out on parts of the great game, we're slowly losing it.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
I just had a friend of mine who's watching the show who's just texted me to say, why don't they just put a cage right around the ground, keep the ball in?
Well, we should be like a cage match. And you know what? We should get cordon security doors and blinds to put a security doors right around the thing, right? And then it'll be like a cage match where you can, and then you could like handball it off the wall and run onto it. Hey, that would be sick. Why not? Why not? We do everything else.
Well,
that's a great call. Whoever your friend was, that's a fucking great call.
And sadly, is actually a Carlton supporter.
He's not that clever then.
Yeah. So listen, man. Like I don't know. I just think it's just ridiculous, man. They're actually clowns. They're actually real clowns. The ones that are officiating the AFL lately. Look, the only reason that the AFL still stands at the top of the pile, right, is because it's such a great game already. So we've got a great base. AFL football, I don't care what you say. I know that the round ball is the world sport and that, but let's be serious, bro. If you want to pound for pound, it's a better game, the AFL football. You know, like soccer's a good game, but it's only worldwide because that's the way, you know, all the countries play it. But if AFL was played around the world, it would kill every other sport because everyone that comes here and watches it, you get like the Americans and they look at it, they go, well, this is crazy, this game. What are you doing? Like, I can't believe you're doing this, right? So because we got such a high level already, we started at a high level with this game. It was just, when they invented it, it was just a great concept, you know? We had everything. You got marks, you got kicks, you got handballs, running. They get every single sport around the world and they just put it all together and they made this great sport. The AFL have been given the key, right? Just look after it. Be like a security guard. Make sure no one touches it, right? Don't try to fucking change the game, bro. It's okay to leave the game alone, mate.
Yeah, I agree.
We can get.
But maybe this is their way of trying to take something that they are changing to maybe as a deterrent. Is it to maybe get people to start focusing on this because the AFL is maybe failing somewhere else? Because I can tell you right now, it's not only that they're failing at this end, but the other problem is they want to make the game quicker, but now they're also not realizing that they're not protecting their players. And now we've also got the other problem, which we'll talk about in regards to players not being covered.
Now we got Ron Nielsen here, and I think I know exactly who you are. Not I think I know, but welcome back. Not anymore, Rocco. The game is a shadow of what it used to be in the 90s. Look, don't get me wrong. You know, like there are certain aspects of it that, you know, it is a shadow or a skeleton of what it was, but it's still the best game, bro. That's why it stands up. That's why no other game can compete, especially in Australia. No other game compares to it. You know what I mean? So it's still a great game. And this is why It just keeps on getting bigger and bigger. No matter what they try to do to it, it just gets bigger and bigger and bigger because it's just this great game. They market it beautifully. But the rules part of it is nuts, bro.
Yeah.
It's fucking nuts, mate. Yeah, look,
That's the
and
problem.
he says that the amount of Americans I've seen that react to AFL is insane. They absolutely love it. None of their sports is anywhere like. And you think about this, you know, their gridiron, that game there, right? And think of basketball too, right? That game there, they can have stoppages, right? They can have stoppages with a minute to go, and the game goes for another fucking 15 minutes with their stoppages, right? And it's still the biggest sport in the fucking world as far as like America with the gridiron. It's still their biggest sport. They do the same. They can have that many timeouts, you know what I mean, that they can stop the game and bring the defensive side in and take the offensive side out, and they can stop the game and they can have stoppages, and it goes for another fucking 15 minutes. You could be out there and you could be going, wait, I'll be out in a minute. Just let me watch the last minute. And 20 minutes later, you're still watching the last minute. Their game's fine. With our game, all we have is a fucking throw in, right? And they're trying to take that out too. What they want is just continuous running until the players drop dead, right? And I'm telling you, we talked about this last week, Mark, and you brought this up, right? I'm telling you, the injuries. And wait till the end of the year. Wait till the end of the year, man, when it really starts to hit these players. You know what I mean? That, man, you're just continuously working them like dogs. Keep working more. We need more from you. Entertain me, you clown. I want everyone to entertain me, and don't you stop entertaining me. You know, like far out. I said this last week. I like a break too. You know, when they have like a bit of a ball up or that, it's a good little break. You know, you have a bit of a chat and then you get back into the game, huh? How about that, people? But no one listens to us. You know why? Because they don't care. They're all the big boys at the top. Any last thoughts there? We have got some good fair point, Rocco. I don't know which point, but it is a fair point, I reckon. Let the great game evolve naturally on its own. Stop pushing it. And exactly right. The game will evolve naturally, which it has over the years. You know what I mean? So that's it. Anything else on that? I mean, I can go on forever, but I've ranted enough on that. The last 2 days.
I think we give the AFL too much credit.
Give too much credit. What do you mean?
Give it too much. Well, they fuck it up, and then we sit there and we ask the question, why do they keep fucking it up?
We love the game, Manny. We love it.
Yeah, and they keep fucking it up, It's like, you know, what's going on? Somebody needs to go in there with a baseball bat and say, hey, come over here, smack him over the head. You understand what you're doing is you're ruining the game. And now it's going to get worse because players are going to be getting injured more and more. And now you've got insurance companies that don't want to insure them. Wow. How about that?
How about Manny with his segue there? Like Manny's fucking on the ball tonight, man. I'm a bit surprised because, you know, I think that you've got no intelligence at all. So that was well done by you. Footy Act or suspension. That's concussion automatically means suspension. So apparently, as far as I know, and I don't know much, the insurance company, I think it's Zurich, is the main insurance. Zurich is the main insurance company who deals with the concussion and that. And now they've pulled back and said, no, listen, we're not going to do that. And they've changed the rules. You know, it's, you know, there's less payouts because they're looking at it. They're a business. They're thinking to themselves, oh, fucking hell, man, we're paying out too much money here. So they're taking away. So now they're going to try to find an insurance company. You know what I mean? Now players, until they find it, do the AFL fund it themselves? I mean, they make enough money. Should they be the ones who are funding it? Should they be the insurance of the players? I mean, they're the ones that should be protecting the players. Unfortunately, now you saw that there was a big mark. He got concussed, right? They don't like that, right? I'm wondering now, and I posed this question today on my video and that, mate, what are the AFL going to do? Are they going to do a knee-jerk reaction here and say, oh, that's a free kick now, or that's 3 weeks suspension because you knocked him out, even though it was incidental, right? Because the incidental should still stay in the game, right? Because you didn't mean to do it. They should still stay in the game. What happens? Are they going to take out the big mark? Am I being a conspiracy theorist here? Or are we going to be 2 years down the track and the big mark will be gone?
Yeah, I reckon that's what's going to happen, Rocco. That's what's going to happen. In 30, 40 years' time, in 50 years' time, they're going to be opening up history books, and all of a sudden they'll be seeing things like Bazusta, who was well known for these infamous marks, and they'll be saying, hey, look at that. This is what our game used to do. Players used to jump 3-4 meters in the air and mark the ball, and that was the spectacle of the game. They used to even have a thing called Mark of the Year. Now you can't even jump higher than 5 centimeters because then they'll be deemed as a free kick, or you might end up hurting the other player. I mean, come on. I'm all for protecting the player. I'm all for a player who gets injured, head injury. It's so, the concussion and all that. But it's a game that's evolving. And the moment you want this game to go quick, the moment you want this game to become bigger and better, that's part of the game. It's part of the game. The jumper punch, for example. Can you imagine getting rid of the jumper punch? I mean, that's part of the game. It is part of the game.
It is, and it's part of this channel.
Surely.
I'll give it. I'll pass it on to Mark. Then you can.
Yeah, no, just quickly. Surely they're not going to make any changes to play a game for a specky. They couldn't do that at the AFL, could they? I mean,
couldn't they?
Well, they can't. There's something like that ever happens.
They change everything else. But what I mean, they won't say like you can't jump. But what they'll say is,
if you can cut the player,
if you hit him with your knee, you can get 3 to 4 weeks. So you know what the coach is going to do? I'm telling you, if I was a coach, I'm going to go, listen, there's no need to go for that big specky anymore. There's no need to. I can't afford to lose you, right?
Yeah.
So what I mean is if they implement that, the team and the coaches will start to change the game for their own benefits. Because I'll tell you something. A coach, let's be serious, not many coaches, right, and not many players care about the game and the future, right? What they care about is winning now, except for our coach. He doesn't care about winning, right? But every other coach and football team, right, they care about now. What can I do to win this game? Is it going to be ugly? I don't care. Look at West Coast and Sydney when they won their grand finals in the early 2000s there, right? Right? What happened? Or 2000, I can't remember when they won back-to-back grand finals. They had like grand finals, fucking 50 points to 60 points. It was all about defense. Did you think that they cared about how the game looked? They don't care. So I believe if that happens, what's going to happen is the rules they'll put in penalties of that, and then the coaches and teams will change, and then the game will slowly change. Liam?
I think it's an absolute joke if they want to take away something like that from our game. I'm in agreement. I understand the safety around concussions and head knocks and stuff like that. We don't want to see it, but one of the coolest things in our game is watching someone, like Manny said, jump 3 or 4 meters up in the air, get on someone's back and take a mark. It's one of the coolest things. And even like what you were saying before, Rocker, that's why people watch our game. People come and watch this and they see that stuff and they think, how cool is that? That's something really exciting.
Well,
but you're right as well. People will take it away. If they take it away and they change these rules, that's what's going to happen. But it shouldn't happen. I think with the concussion and stuff, if it's say a dangerous sling tackle, yeah, absolutely suspend them. In something like this, when they're going up for a mark like that, they're not going up to purposely need them in the head, are they? They're going up to take a mark. They're doing it because it's part of the game. If we start taking out every single little incidental accident, well, what are we going to be allowed to do? What's going to happen? Like someone said, it's going to be touch football.
The specky mark is a dying breed anyway. I've noticed every week that I watch a game, you don't. I can remember every week you'd see someone just taking speckies everywhere, mate. You know, like mark of the week, mate. There was so many contenders for mark of the week. Now, if you go to a game, you might see maybe one player take off, you know, and get up there, and most 9 times out of 10 they miss the mark anyway. But maybe that's the way the ball's going into the forward line as opposed to years ago. There's a bit more play, you know what I mean? So
it's the way they enter now. Like now, it's not about, except for Carlton, we do this, but it's not anymore kick it long. And you've got your big forwards taking, you know, the big speckies. Now it's, you know, like pass, make sure you hit the lead. Make sure you hit the lead.
Handle.
So this is what I mean. Teams will adapt and they'll start to do whatever it takes to win the game, right? But you're right. There was a lot more marks. But there's still marks now. But if you're not careful, they'll take it completely out.
Yeah. Well, maybe they need to go up without using their knee. They need to, you know, they're pretty athletic, these guys now.
How do you let that live?
Well, they do that just the high jumps, you know, when they do their, you know,
they were just going to sit there like that.
The vertical leap, you know, the vertical leap, they do that. So maybe
now
you do notice a lot of players now, their vertical leap without touching a player is fantastic. So maybe that's what they're slowly doing. They're no contact, no contact anymore. So,
and that's what's happening. Nobody contact. You can't contact them.
No.
Before we go, before we go on, sorry. A super sticker, $1.99 to Oz. Thanks, mate. You're a champion, mate. He's always supporting, mate. Always supporting. And just before we keep on going, on Friday, Good Friday appeal, we've got game day with Bo, and then we've got the emergency meeting, which I think there will be a great emergency meeting because they'll be sacking Boss straight after that game, right? Everything that is donated on that day will all go to the Good Friday appeal. So
you guys playing on Good Friday, are you?
Yeah, we've got the Good Friday game.
Oh.
So we have it every year, Mark. We've had it for the last 4 years. Actually, North Melbourne. It's actually North Melbourne's game. They always do that, so it's their big day. So anything on game day and anything on emergency meeting that gets donated will go straight to the thing. And we're also going to chip in and we're going to go to the closest $1,000. I don't want to hear hundreds. I want to make sure we donate a lot of money. Yeah, Liam, you can join in the emergency meeting 100%, man. We've got your thing, and I'll send you the link on the day. No worries, mate. So back to that. Yeah, so listen, man. I don't like it. The game is a tough game. There are incidental contact, people what player goes into playing, especially AFL football, thinking they're not going to get hurt? What player? That there's going to be contact here and there, man. You're going to come out, there's a chance you're going to get, I'm sure they don't think they're going to get knocked out, but there's going to be a chance you're going to get some heavy hits. You go into this and knowing that it's not like they go in with a big surprise or they get hit and they go, oh, I didn't know that was going to happen. They know, what is wrong? I mean, again, like Liam says, I'm happy. We want to protect everybody as much as we can, and we are trying. But to take away the fabric of the game.
Yeah, how sad would that be, Rocco, if someone takes a fantastic mark, mate, obviously goes up with his knee, hits the player in the head, knocks him down, and then he gets the free kick. How sad would that be?
Yeah.
Well, not only the free kick, imagine he gets mark of the year for that mark. Yeah. He's that good, but he also got 4 weeks suspension.
Yeah.
Imagine that. So it's like, you got 4 weeks suspension, but you got mark of the year. So
that's right.
And that's what the AFL would do as well, because they're stupid that. But no, I think what Mark said about how we don't see as many hangers in the game. Yeah, it's clear that the game's evolving and how we're going to play is changing. That's fine. But back on Rocco's point about risks, players go into the game knowing that there is a potential that something might happen. But when you go up and take a mark like that, like I said, your intent is not to be like, I want to need him in the back of the head. It's not. Your intent is, I want to take the mark. I want to get the ball. So if we start changing all this stuff from the game, like I said, it's going to be touch football, and we're going to lose, the fabric of the game. It's not going to be the footy that we know anymore.
Hey, listen, what happens if you go arm and you knee your own player in the back of the head and you can cuss him?
But these accidents happen as well. It's like when you run into a stoppage and you have a head clash with someone. You're not going to give you a.
Are they going to stop that? Are they going to go, listen?
Your own player. It's the same thing.
Exactly.
It's ridiculous.
Exactly. You're absolutely right there. That's a good point. That's a good point. When you run in, how many head clashes do you see? There was one on the weekend that was pretty bad, I think. I can't remember if it was the Adelaide game again, but there was one that was pretty bad too, and he had to go off. He did end up coming back on, But what happens there? How are we going to stop that? You know what I mean? Like, it's the same thing. It's incidental. You know what I mean? Like, but you know what? They'll probably come up with a rule for that too. You know what I mean? They'll come up with a rule for that too. Just quickly while we're here, Oz, thank you very much. Again, another $5 super sticker. Thank you very much. A great supporter.
So the player does this magnificent mark, jumps in the air, 3.5, 4 meters, hits the player behind on the back. Player falls down, smacks himself on the ground, gets a bloody nose, and all of a sudden says, "You know what? You made me look like a fool. You've done a massive mark over me, but I'm going to grab some attention." And all of a sudden, my nose is bleeding, and I'm going to just decide to wipe it on you. Hey, how about that? What do you reckon? Would that be a double whammy? Would that be a double whammy or what?
Oh, fuck, Manny's on fire tonight,
I
mate.
would hope that Tristan Cherry looks back at this moment and regrets it. That's another segue. It's like, you know what this is like, Manny? It's like you've actually read the fucking run sheet for the first time in your whole life.
Yeah.
Like, that is fantastic segue, mate. And you're 100% right. So that did happen. And I think soon as it happened, I said straight away in the chat that I'm in, I go, he's going for 2 weeks. So he got 3 weeks, which is, I think, fair enough. It's a disgusting act. Look, he came out, he apologized. It's not like he tried to defend himself. I think it was just a moment of madness by him. I think because he was, well, it was your game there, Essendon. So I think your captain was giving it to him, and he was like, yeah, you know, like, you think I'm joking? What's this? You know, like, that's what I think happened. Look, I think it was the right call. 3 weeks is the right call for that. You can't be doing that. It's just disgusting, man. Like, it's just disgusting, man. I mean, they send people off for the blood rule, and then you go and do that, man. I don't want you to rub my blood on. If it's by accident, fair enough, but I don't want you to get your hand and rub it on me. It's disgusting, man. What if he's got a cut? You know what I mean? What if he gets it in his eye? You know, like, come on, bro. But look, admittedly, he came out and he apologized, and he's taken the punishment, and he's moving on, yeah?
Well, Nathan Buckley and Jeremy Howe, they ended up doing the same thing, and they both pleaded guilty, and they both ended up getting a win.
Buckley copped it too, yeah. No, you got to see that sort of stuff. You got to take out of the game straight away. We don't need that sort of thing. That is just childish.
But in fairness, and I'm not trying to protect Buckley, but he's basically wiped it on his opponent's jumper or his shorts. I mean, I mean, but the face, you know, when you look at it, it looked ugly, yeah. And I think it was Cameron Ling that he wiped the blood on, and he ended up getting a week for it. But you know, it doesn't matter who the player was. The facts are that it's different when it's on the jumper or on the shorts. But
I don't think it is different, Manny, because I think it's the same thing, man. If you're going to rub it on someone, it doesn't matter that you rub it on. I think the intent is there.
I agree.
The only thing with the Cameron Ling, I would say, if he accidentally rubbed it on his hair, they wouldn't have even noticed.
Hey, that was my punchline there, Rocco. You took my punchline, mate. You've been listening to Manny make me laugh. But on a serious note, they say that the actual you can have dry blood on your face, and there's certain diseases that actually remain on the blood even when the blood dries up. for up to like hepatitis, for example, up to 5-6 days. You know, there are other diseases that that once the blood is exposed to oxygen, it basically, you know, that's the end of that. But it's not a good thing to sit there and I don't know if you've seen the video, but it looked like he had blood on his knuckles and that, but the way he did it, it was just.
Well, he deliberately grabbed it and rubbed it on his face. There's no like, it's just a disgusting act. You don't, as I said, if you accidentally get it on someone, there's always going to be blood around. Fair enough, you know what I mean? Like, it is what it is. But the actual act of it, it's disgusting, man. It's even like spitting's another disgraceful act. If you go to spit at someone, it's like it just don't need your inner fluids being put on me, right? Just keep your inner fluids to yourself, bro, man. I don't need that shit, right?
Do you think 3 weeks was justifiable?
Yeah.
You do.
I think they had to do it. They had to give him 3 weeks. To me, that's a no-go. That's worse than, you know what? If he had punched him in the face, he would have got 2.
I think he should have gotten 5.
Look, there doesn't matter. 3 weeks is a big punishment. It's a fairly big punishment. Yeah. I think 5's a lot.
The only hard thing is I haven't really seen it before. That was all I thought when I first saw it. I was like, yeah, obviously you're going to get suspended, but I was kind of like, I don't really know what the precedent is here. Like, I don't know.
I'll tell you what.
Is 3 weeks enough? Is it not enough? I don't really know.
If it happens again, I reckon the next one will get 5.
I wouldn't think it's going to happen again. For as much as we talk about stuff that we don't want to see in the game or all these changes in the game, there's some obvious things like that. That's disgusting. Don't do it. Yeah. Give him the ban. Yeah.
And I think he tried to get off a few earlier weeks because he was saying that the Essendon players were taunting him. They were calling him a weak CUNT and you're effing soft, and that's why.
That's funny. You know why? Because the taunting rule has come out, right? And then he tried to use it to justify it, and he tried anything to get away with it, right? Use the taunting rule, and this is what shits me about this taunting rule now, because what's taunting now? You know what I mean? Right. Now, he could have, if he didn't rub the blood on him, he could have said, if he really wanted to, he goes, he was taunting me. What was he saying? Oh, he was saying you're a big fucking banana who's got blood on. You know, he could have said anything. He goes, I don't like bananas. I'm scared of bananas.
You're growing a moustache to look like your mother. You know,
whatever. That's taunting now. You talk about my mum. That's it. I'm done. You know what I mean? And this is the problem now with this taunting rule. You know what I mean? There should be basics. As we talked about last week, I don't want to get back into it, but there should be basics. Don't talk about religion, sex, all this kind of stuff, right? We're going to leave all that out. We've decided that these things we won't touch, right? Yeah. But then what's the rest? You know what I mean? You can get offended by anything these days. Well, is a taunting rule also? What about if one is taunting another, right? And let's say they don't care. The other bloke who's getting taunted, he doesn't care. But his teammate hears it, and it's not even about him, and he calls it taunting because he overheard it, because that happens in society, doesn't it?
Oh, it certainly does.
So that can happen. So, you know, this is what I mean. When they do something, it opens up cans of worms. It's no good, man. It's no good. You've got to think before we do these things, man. You've got to be careful, you know. But I want to move on, and we're going to go into the other game. We're going to go into the games, but this is not on. Oh, it kind of was on my run sheet, right? But I'm going to say this. I'm going to bring this up before we even start the games, and I want the chat to now get involved in this. Marco?
Yes, Pedro.
Which coach is going to get sacked first, brother?
Well, we've probably got another 2 or 3 more weeks before our boy gets sacked if we don't win a game, mate. So I reckon Scott will be the first one before Voss, because you should have sacked him last year. So I reckon he's going to continue his coaching career with Carlton. But I think if Essendon don't win a game in the next, say, 2 or 3 games, if we're 0-6, and I did mention that at the start of the year, I reckon he's out the door. So I think he'd be first. I think Scott will be first.
Well, we've lost Liam for a sec, so he'll be coming back on. But I'm gonna. Oh, here he is. He's back on. I'll go to Manny.
Yeah.
And I want the chat to get really involved in this because I've got my opinions about this. But Manny,
Rocco,
I'm gonna set it up. So we keep both losing, right? And it doesn't matter now. It doesn't really matter now if you lose by a point or you lose by 60. If you're coming from 44 points up, if you're coming from 44 points up, it doesn't matter anymore. It's getting too much now that something's gonna happen. Who's gonna go first?
Oh, look, we spoke about this briefly a couple of days ago, Rocco, and I reckon Voss is on borrowed time. I think Graham Wright came into the club. He started making a lot of changes, but the one thing he did was he fucked up. He kept Voss, and he's on borrowed time. Yeah, they've bought a Ferrari, but they said, you know what, we'll keep the old motor, the 1960s motor, because it's still running okay, but it's not running 100%, and that's what they've done. They've bought the Ferrari, but they've got the old heap in there.
I don't think they bought the Ferrari. I think what they did was they fixed up 2 or 3 panels.
Well, maybe that's what they've done. So
I think your analogy there, I'm going to have to agree with. They didn't replace the motor.
But you know what? You know what really frustrates me is this, right? And this goes for both Voss and that Malacca Scott. All right, is when you're a coach, all right, and you know that you're potentially gonna lose your job, yeah. Potentially they're gonna say, mate, you're out the door, all right. Where is their passion to become wild men and say, like really show anger, start screaming at the players, start saying, you know what? I don't care if you decided to tint your hair purple today. You play like a toss spot. Really get involved. Let the fans see how passionate you are that your players are failing. But all you see is they put the camera on Voss, and Voss looks like a stunned mullet. Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. I'm just waiting for the worm to come into the thing, and I might reach for it or I might let it go. Seriously. Voss has got to go. Brad Scott, the question is, who's going to replace Brad Scott? Because Essendon's got bigger problems. Don't worry about Brad Scott. Brad Scott, even if they wanted to get rid of him, who are they going to bring? Or better still, who's going to put their hand up to want to go to Essendon at the moment?
Let me just, before I get on to Liam and Mark, I'll just say this. First of all, plenty of people want to coach Carlton. Can you imagine this? And I think David Rees-Jones said this on Blue Sunday, which was a great episode. Him and Seba went head-to-head about this, right? Yeah. Mate, imagine the next coach that comes along to Carlton and Essendon and wins a grand final. Mate, they'll make a bronze fucking statue out of it. So you'd want that. People would want that challenge. Who's out there? There's plenty. Who knew who McRae was? Who knew what Fagan was? Who knew what any of these first year coaches? Yeah. Who knew they were going to be good? You know what I mean? So at the end of the day, there's plenty that would want to do it, right? There were plenty would want to do it. Who's got more problems? Well, it's very debatable. And before we go, thank you very much. Lone Wolf Ant, always on here. $5. I appreciate that, brother. You help everything here. Voss will either be with his good mate McRae in 2027, far out, or appointed as the new coach. Imagine that you can't have that, bro. Yeah, I don't even want that for you, man. I don't even want that for you. And one more, I just want to say, Enzo Valentino, don't let Ross Lyon off the hook, $50 million team and still can't win games. Hey, listen, he's got a bit more borrowed time, but he keeps losing. Don't worry, he's also going to be on the chopping block too, because seriously, what's he done to that team? And he's almost a bit like Carlton 5 years ago. Comes along, team's all set up. They've got all these champions there, and then he doesn't achieve anything. Man, he's got to be under the fucking the chopping block too. But Liam, who's going to go first, mate? Who's worse? I'd like to hear it from opposition support.
Who's worse? You know what? I've probably got to go with your coach, Rocco. I think Michael Voss is worse. I think if you're comparing the two lists together, I think Carlton's list is probably better than Essendon's at the moment. So you can give Brad Scott a little bit of leeway there. But Voss, yeah, I was at your game on Sunday. I watched, I saw it. As much as I think what happens with those stuff, and I know we'll talk about the games, is a mental thing, maybe for the players. It is very clear to me that Voss doesn't have your group like involved. They do not want to play for your coach. And he does not do anything in games tactically to help you guys sort of get out of holes when things get in trouble or when you lose momentum. I don't know exactly how long he's been. I'm sure you can probably tell me, but he's had more than enough time to do stuff with your team. He got you guys to a prelim final a couple of years ago. That was it. I think that's the peak. You've tried, you got that far, you've got that high. Now you're coming back down. I think you need to part ways and say, you know what? You've tried, you got us this far at some stage. It's not working. The players don't want to play for you. Personally, that's how I see it. He's got to go. Yeah, you're pretty. And then, yeah, you go first. I'll talk about Brad Scott later.
Yeah. No, I reckon you're spot on there, Liam, with the list, to be honest. And I'm not here to bag Carlton at all, but I think if you had 10 coaches,
put down your volume just a touch. Put down your volume just a touch. Yeah.
Me?
Yeah. Of your mic.
Sorry, guys.
Yeah, go for it.
A bit better?
Yeah.
Sorry, no.
Better.
Yeah.
Very, very.
My apologies. I think you're spot on there, Liam, by referring to that we probably have got a better list. I'm not here to antagonise you, Rocco, and the Carlton supporters out there, but if you have 10 coaches,
antagonising in a second, but for now, yeah, tell me, what do you think?
Yeah, well, I believe if there was 10 coaches sitting there now that were available, I think eight out of those 10 coaches would probably choose Essendon to coach.
I said Carlton has the better list.
Yeah, well, if we've got a better list, obviously the coach is going to be looking at that list.
No, Carlton has the better list. I said Carlton.
Yeah, that's what he's saying. Carlton's got the better list. Want to come to Carlton than Essendon, you know, like, because what Liam's saying, and I agree with him, we've got the better list. It's not, don't get me wrong, it's not a fucking great list, but it's the better list, right? At the end of the day, it's the coach that's not getting the best out of that. Remember, we made it to a prelim. You know, even though like the players now, a few players are left of that, we made it to a fucking prelim. Like being an arse or whatever, we still made it to a prelim. We've made finals before last year, the 2 years prior to that. So he had the list, he just couldn't get the best out of us. So to me, it has to be coach. It's got to be coach. Where for you, it's coach. Mate, you haven't got a list at all. So that's that's my
opinion as well. I'm referring to our younger list. So if there was a coach right now, I believe that they'd probably go for someone like an Essendon due to the fact that they've got a younger list. I think Carlton's had their chance the last 3 or 4 years. They should have done something a lot more, and they haven't got that success. So that's how I said. But what about a bit of an idea where I think they said that if Scott was sacked, they have to pay him out $1 million or something. And I think it's the same with Voss. So if they had to sack Voss, say this week, what's the payout for Voss?
It doesn't matter. There's a payout for the year. So if they sack him, there's the payout for whatever they were going to get paid this year, right?
Well, $1 million. It's $1 million for Essendon.
Let's say it's 800 grand. I think it's about the 800 grand. But let's say it's $1 million just to make things happy, right? Well, the difference is there's for Carlton, there's a clause in there. So there's some way of not paying him. But with Essendon, they're absolutely stuffed.
Yeah,
that they're going to be stuffed. Like there was this kind of like clause in the Carlton contract. That's what I heard, which makes it a little bit different. But at the end of the day, you sack them, you're going to pay them out. Who cares, man? I'm sick of this money situation. Who fucking cares, man? Like the right decision, like keeping him there is worse for the club and worse financially, right? At the end of the day, right? Let's turn the team around. Right, that's what's important. You start winning, the money won't matter anymore. Like, we already make enough money. Like, are you serious? This is what we're worried about. Yeah, all right. Let's worry about paying our Voss, yeah? But let's give fucking Zach Williams 1.4 for this year. Like, use your fucking brains, you bloody bananas, man. It doesn't matter. You know, like, they make shit decisions everywhere, right? And then they go, oh, we don't want to pay him out. Like, to me, I said this last night, Graham Wright, I still have hoping that he'll do the right thing, and he's a good, you know, like, he's going to be a good administrator and all of that. I think he's going to be good. I think he dropped the ball here. I think he dropped the ball last year. And there's two things. If the board or the club, right, made him do that decision, well, that's on you, Graham Wright. That's on you, Graham Wright, because you're the leader. You should have stood up and said, no, this is what I'm thinking we should do, right? If it was his decision, the same thing. It's on you, bro. So either way, this is on you. If they end up sacking him, right? I've heard one prominent past player say that it would have been more embarrassing to get rid of him last year. I think it's going to be more embarrassing if we get rid of him in 3 weeks' time. At least they would have made that decision now, and now we would have been moving forward. You know what? I was talking to someone today. Even if we beat Melbourne, they're hollow wins to me. Like, that would have meant nothing to me. When we beat Richmond, that meant nothing to me, right? It means nothing. You know why? Because we're not going to win the fucking premiership. They're hollow wins. Like, I want to win knowing that I can achieve something. Like, even if we beat Melbourne, that would have been nothing to me. Like, at the end, I didn't care. I didn't care if we won or lost. People that are happy with the 4 points because, oh, we beat them, what's wrong with you guys? Is that what you're happy with? Beating Richmond by 4 points? Is that what we're fucking happy with? Is that what we're happy with? Like, seriously, guys, they're hollow wins because I don't believe the coach is the right person, right? And I don't think we're going to move forward with it. So, to me, we got the worst coach.
What if, say, for instance, both coaches were sacked this week, all right, this weekend? Both games, both lose, both get sacked. Would you consider... Yeah, would you consider? Well, I'd consider it's you know, out of this world, but for Voss to come and coach Essendon to the rest of the year, would you take Scott for the rest of the year just to see what happens?
No. You're wasting. See, this isn't a joke.
Well, it is a joke.
I know. Don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Fucking Carlton and Essendon are a joke, right? You're right. But what I'm saying is, it's not a joke, bro. This isn't about let's try this. Like, I already heard that this year, even before the year started, within the fucking organisation, it was a bit of a wipe-off year. Just get through this year because we're thinking of the future. What are you doing, mate? There should be no gap year. We're not at uni here. We're not going to fucking uni where you have a gap year and you go away overseas, right? Fucking Bali. Like, this isn't what this is about. Mate, you're talking about people's careers and lives, mate. You're talking about supporters, right? What is this gap year we're doing here? Oh, we're just going to... What are we waiting for, mate? There's no waiting. And if this year is a waste of a year, it costs the club multiple years, not 1 year. Don't you all think out there that this is just going to be 1 year? This is multiple years now it's going to cost us. Multiple years. This could be 10 years, bro. This could be fucking 10 years.
Another question. Sorry, Mike, just quickly. If Voss gets sacked this week, again, we'll just refer to getting sacked this week.
Yeah.
Would you take any of your assistant coaches in the interim to the end of the year, or would you?
That's who you take. You're not going to get an outsider because what happens is everyone else is already contracted. No one ever gets an outsider. You would get like a Josh Fraser, I think, would be the candidate to take over as an interim coach. Someone like that, right? And then he'll be doing his apprenticeship and seeing what he's all about. And then in the meantime, you start like looking elsewhere, right? So that's what you do. You're never going to get an outside coach. It has to be an
answer the question yourself, Rocco. Who's going to get sacked first, Scott or Voss? Who's going to be first to be sacked? Or maybe both of them won't get sacked. They might turn a year around. I don't know. But at this stage, who do you think will be sacked first?
I'm going to say Voss.
So you guys got North Melbourne this week, right? So if you guys go down to North, do you reckon you should just sack him this week, or still give him a couple more weeks?
I would sack him. What are we waiting for? Like, when you say give him a couple more weeks, why? Why?
I don't know.
Because, all right, do you think this? Do you think I would ask the club this, right? Do you think Voss can turn it around? And if the answer is no, then you get rid of him today, right?
What
if you believe, mate, I'm fucking dead set about this. If you believe, right, as Graham Wright and as the fucking board and as Priestley, who lives in Sydney, by the way, right, if you believe that Voss can turn this around, I would put out a press conference and sign him up for another 2 years. Because now they just brought out the 3-year plan that they've got, Priestley and Wright. They brought out, we are 31 years into a 5-year plan. That's what we're into, right? Because every fucking 5 years we're bringing out another plan. How about you just win? How about you just get better? How about we do this? Jam your plans up your ass, right? Everyone goes back to the Richmond plan. Oh, they did the plan and it all worked. Hey, it could have been a big ass. He just made up, we want to do this, and it happened. How many times do people make plans and they don't work? I reckon 99% of the time they never work. But they always go back, oh, he had the plan. And yes, he actually got it right. He got it right. They did implement very good things, but mind you, right? But with Voss, if you believe Voss is the man who can turn this club around, give him another 2 years.
The thing with Carlton, Rocco, is that when I watch Carlton, they actually kind of play quite good football, mate. And you know, well, you play a half of football. The first half of football, you guys are going out there smashing sides, right? So you've got potential there. Yeah. But for some reason, I think it's a mental thing than anything else, because after half time.
And whose fault's that?
Well, I don't know. Maybe they need to break that barrier, but it seems to happen every game. So, obviously teams.
It's not that easy. See, to me, that's getting away with it easy. Like, I don't want to be hard-assed about this, but you go, oh, but maybe it's a mental and maybe they got to break it. No, listen, I pay you millions of dollars. Bro, why are we mentally breaking down? Yeah. Answer me the question. Can you answer? Can you answer, Mark? Can you answer? No, then you're sacked. Out the door. I don't want you anymore. Next. Why is this team mentally breaking down? Right? Why are they mentally breaking down? And the first person I'm going to look at is Michael Voss. Because these days, the coach isn't even the bloke who does the game plan anymore. He's the bloke who organises the team. He's the bloke who gets every single player and makes sure they play at their best ability. And apparently he didn't have any skills as tactical coach, but he was a leader. Well, you're not leading the team. I'm telling you, you are not leading the team. And to me, he's the issue because he can't get this team to play the way. Now, there was a comment over there, the players should be fucking oath the players should be blamed too. Don't get me wrong. The players aren't getting it out here. But at the moment, we're talking about coaches, and they're not going to sack the team, right? So they're going to sack a coach. So unfortunately, Voss. And the other thing about Voss is it's 5 years. It's the 5th year, bro. So from the side, when he came on, we had Curnow, we had Mackay was at his best, we had Wiedering, we had Crippo who's winning Brownlows, we had Walsh, we had other players, best spine in the business. We're ready to win fucking premierships. We're right up there. And now, a couple of weeks ago, we're starting again. That's what they said. Mm-hmm. So you've had 5 years. You haven't had 1 year. You haven't had 3 weeks. I saw a comment today. I should get his name because I saw in my video and someone commented, oh, take it easy. It's week 3. No, it's not. No, it's not. It's fucking year 5. It's not week 3. It's year 5. Yeah. Think about it, bro. This is the problem. We are just fucking letting it go. We are just, and as supporters, we are being conditioned to accept it. It's okay. We'll start again, Mark. It's okay. Essendon will just start again. It's okay, Mark. Just keep buying your membership. It's okay. No, it's not. No, it's fucking not.
Yeah.
Maybe there's no other coaches out there, Rocco, that Carlton are
No,
looking at.
that's bullshit, bro. That is bullshit. Because as I said, there was McRae, there was Fagan, there was bloody your ex-coach. I can't even, now I'm that upset I can't even remember names anymore. All these last premiership coaches have all been first time coaches. All of them. So there is Mark. There is coaches out there. You just got to go out there and find them. Don't tell me there's no one there. That's a loser mentality. Maybe there's no coaches. Bullshit. I always remember when Richard Pratt was alive, right? When they brought him up as the president because they needed money, the Dogs, right? They brought him in, right? He said, go and get the best CEO. And they go, oh, the best available. And he goes, no. What he's talking about? I want the best CEO. I don't want the best available. I want the best CEO. Right? That should be, you know what I mean? It's not about what's available. I want the best person out there. So go and find him. Go and find him. That would be my attitude. That would be, put me fucking CEO and see what happens. Right? I'm not the most intelligent. I get all my words mixed up and that, but I guarantee, mate, none of them will be slacking off. This week, Mackay dropped. I'd even fucking get Sam Walsh, man, and I would have berated him on, even though he got 32 positions, I would have berated him on when I went to that press conference. I would have said, where were you when the fucking game was there to be won? Where were you? Cripper, where were you? Where were you? That's what I was said to him. But
we're in the same boat, Rocco. We're in the same boat as well, mate. We're in the same boat.
I know we are.
Rocco, that's my point. That is what I said about Voss is, your players do not want to play for him. He's the wrong player. And going on your stuff, how it's not 3 weeks, it's 5 years. Same thing.
Yep.
He's had more than enough time to take a pretty all right list to a good spot. He got you there. He got you to your prelim. You missed your chance. It's gone. You need to move on. Make a move. Find someone else. And on the next weeks, if you sack him this week, I think you're right. Again, you may as well. Because I've just had a look at your run. Up until our new favourite game, the Carlton Cup, Essendon Carlton, I see maybe two wins coming for you. I'm not trying to blag you guys out, but you've got a lot of tough games, like Brisbane away, Freo, Adelaide away,
Fremantle, Collingwood, St Kilda.
Yeah. You're in trouble. Yeah. I know I shouldn't, my team's bad as well, and I shouldn't be bagging you guys out, but seriously, after this week, you've got a tough run.
It's bad. It's bad.
Regardless who's there.
It's really bad. And the way we're playing, someone said to me today, I spoke to someone today, and they go, what if he turns it around? Well, all right, good. What do you want me to say? If he turns it around, he turns it around. But what I'm seeing, what my eyes are seeing right now, he's not turning shit.
No.
He's not turning shit around.
Rocco, the question you've got to ask yourself is, the moment you've been asked that question, I would ask the question, how is he going to turn that around? What is it that all of a sudden?
Right. What do you see?
All of a sudden has come through? Did we get someone come through with a magic wand who's saying now we're going to give players more strength? We're going to make them faster. We're going to make them think a bit more, etc. What is it they're going to do? So the reality is, as you said, it's a 5-year plan, and people don't realise that it might be a 5-year plan for, say, 35 and 40-year-old supporter who loves the club passionately. But I bumped into a little old lady down Northgate Plaza the other day, and she saw me wearing the Collingwood emblem, and she said, I've hated that club since I was a little girl, right? Now, she was 91 years old, yeah? And she loved the Carlton Football Club, yeah? Loved the Carlton Football Club. Passionate, 91-year-old. How do you sit there, Voss, and look at that 91-year-old lady, Mr. Voss, $1 million Voss, your top spot? How do you look at that lady and say to her, oh, we've got a 5-year plan? That old lady, you know what she said to me? She goes, I don't think I'm going to be able to see them in a couple of years' time, just because she says, I don't think I'm going to be around. But you could see deep down how much passion she had, and how much she would have loved to see that club. And she said, for the last 30 years, I've seen nothing. For the last 30 years, and that's when it made me realise The one thing that I always sit there and say to Rocco, and it fires him up, but it really made me realise that it's not just a game.
It's never just a game.
It's not,
man.
because that old lady, anyway, you know, you could see that she had passion behind what she was telling me.
100%, man. And this is the thing, man. It's more than just a game, you know. And this is why I get animated about it. You know what I mean? Half the time, am I way off? Probably. Yeah. Half the time, am I right? Probably. Who knows? But I'm just having my say. This is how I feel. Before we go into the rival games, I'm going to give one more chance, or not one more chance. I want Mark. Tell me about your club. Tell me about, like, I've told you exactly what I think of my club, man. I love my club. I heard someone say today, another one on the comments there, right? When I gave it to her, they commented, and if you're watching, you're a dick, mate. He goes, oh, don't wear the Carlton jumper and call us spineless. I'll wear the jumper as much as I want, and I'll call them whatever I want, right? None of your goddamn business, right? And first of all, those videos are a bit of fun, so just relax everybody. But second of all, they're not also a bit of fun. They're serious. They're spineless, and I'll call them here. They're fucking spineless, because that's what they are. That's what they are, man. And don't tell me you're not, man. And when I say spineless, I don't mean in your life or as a person. You're probably a good family man. I'm talking about the game. Talking about when you cross that line. I'm talking about when you lead that team. You're a great father. You're a great brother. You're a great son. Whatever. I don't care. I just care when I see you on the ground, bro. That's all I care about. I don't care about rainbow flags. I don't care about any of that. I don't care about respects round. I don't need you to tell me how to treat my women, right? I don't need respects round from you. I need you to play football. That's what I need you to do, and I need you to stand up because you represent me. And like I said last night in my rant, right, I love the Carlton of old. I don't love this side anymore. I'll always love this, always, but I don't love the club anymore because they don't love the club. Mark, what do you think about your shit club there?
Well, Rocco, you know, I'm very passionate about my football club, and that's the thing that really hurts me. I wish I wasn't as passionate, but I've got to be honest with you. When Essendon used to lose, or if they played on a Friday night or a Saturday and they lost, my weekend was fucked. Don't talk to me, mate. I would never listen to the radio, talk back. You know, I was so, you know, I'd lay in bed and go, you know, get rid of this player, put that player in. You know, he didn't do any, you know, didn't have enough disposals. To be honest, after the game, when they started to lose the way they are, you know what? It's like I'm starting to not really care about it anymore, and that's scaring me because, you know, I've supported the club for so many years. Yeah, I've been there. You know, I pay me memberships. You know, I go out with family to go and watch the club and so forth. But it's getting to a stage where I'm starting to scare myself and say, what's going on with this club? And I can't pinpoint it. But all I want to see is contest, pressure, commitment. That's all I want to see. And I'm not seeing it. And the thing is, like you were saying before with some of your players, like a Mackay. Now, his brother, he's just as fucking bad, mate. To be quite honest with you, mate, he's had 3 kicks.
It's almost like they're twins. It's almost like they're twins.
You might as well, you know, look, fucking try something different. Like, he had 3 kicks and 2 hand passes, but he's been having that the last 3 weeks. 5 fucking disposals, and you're paying this guy $800,000-900,000 a year. A couple of other players. You know, I was wrapped. I thought at the end of the day, let's bring out, you know, a couple of experienced players. Golfy and Gresham went into the side. I thought, oh, well, that's going to help the club. 1 kick, Golfy. 1 kick, Gresham. Parrish, 6 kicks. Merritt, 8 kicks. So it's getting to a stage where it looks like they don't even want to be out there. They're not even fighting for their fucking spots. Like those players there that got brought in, Golfy and Gresham, to be quite honest with you, I thought, You need to keep your spots, and they're not even doing that. So it just goes to show me that there's something gone wrong at that club. Doesn't matter who comes in.
So tell me something. So those players that you name, right? Did they ever get dropped?
They never used to get dropped. No.
Then this is the problem. We're the same. No matter how bad you play, there's certain players that won't get dropped.
Guelphy wasn't like an X. I actually like Guelphy as a player. Don't get me wrong. He was like a bit of an X factor. You know, he'd die for the ball, he'd smother. You know, he was one of those X factor players. And I thought, well, okay, he's back on board. He's played a couple of reserves games. But fuck, mate, one kick, and you got all these young players. Well, you know, and then I'm scared about the next lot. You've got Jones and Nick Cox playing in the reserves at the moment. I'm saying this week, throw them in. And if they don't perform, delist them. That's it. Give them one more go.
See, beautiful. This is the first time I've heard you be fucking hard about this.
Go.
You're absolutely right, mate. If you know, I don't care that you wear the jumper, mate. If you're no good, off you go. Get the next batch in. You know.
What my concern is with Carlton as well is that they've got the potential. These players, I've seen them play good football, mate. It's not like they've always played shit. Mackay, to me, has always played shit from fucking day one. But you've got someone like a Jones, a Harry Jones, and Cox at one stage and off the wing. Fantastic, you know. Guelphy, like I said, Gresham, you know, you come into the side. What's going on with these players, you know? I just don't get it. I just don't get it. So delist them, get rid of them. They've got an opportunity to keep their spots, show the young kids how the game is played. They're experienced enough. And we might actually start winning some fucking games. But at the moment, I'm just devastated, mate. I'm really devastated. And like Manny was saying, she bags the kids, and they're never going to see a final. You know, we haven't won a game, but they're starting to walk away halfway through the quarters.
Yep.
When they used to sit there, and they used to watch their old man sometimes sitting on the couch going, "Come on, you fucking boy, yes, 2 meter Peter, and get really, revved up, Now
they're getting up. Now they're getting up and they're walking away. You know why? Because they're sitting there going, "Yes, oh man, that fucking idiot, mate." That's what they're saying.
First of all, Mark, mate, you're getting a lot of love in the channel. Like the first time, finally, Mark. Finally, Mark is honest. Let it out. Give it to her. Bravo, Mark. Mate, there's nothing wrong with telling them what you feel. And you know why? I'll give you why your kids and other kids, you know why they're walking away halfway? Because your team's walking away halfway. So this is what I say to like my team represents me. Right? If they're not showing fight and passion, like I'll stick by them because I'm old and grumpy. But the kids, they want to be proud. They want to walk to school and go, we're proud. We don't give up in life because my player didn't give up in life. Didn't give up in the game, sorry. You know what I mean? They didn't give up, so I won't give up. But now they're looking at it going, when it gets a little bit hard, it's easier just to walk away. You know what? When it gets a little bit hard, I won't go into that contest. When it gets a little bit hard, I won't go to work. When it gets a little bit hard, I won't worry about the relationship because the player doesn't care. And you might think that's a big stretch, right? But this is kids' mentality, mate. They always say that the players are their heroes. Yeah. Act like a fucking hero. And don't ever turn around and say, I don't want to be a hero. When you signed up to be an AFL player, you have decided to become a hero to these kids. So now fucking act like one. And this jumper that's been proud for 150 fucking years, stop disrespecting it. Or else take it off and leave. That's it. That's it. Leave. And
the sad thing is, Rocco, and I'll be honest with the viewers out here, I don't normally talk too personal about my own personal life, but Snapper brought out a really good point a few weeks ago on the show where he was saying that he misses, going, being with his dad and finals and they were used to just, being together and, sitting on the couch or whatever the case may be. Now, when Essendon were successful, and they used to make finals pretty much every year in the late 90s and 2000s, early 2000s. And what I used to do, the first final, I used to just put up a couple of streamers around the house, a couple of balloons, and then they'd win that final. And then, the next week I'd put, more balloons, more streamers. And by the time they got to the grand final, my house was full of fucking just decorations. Yeah. Yep. It was like a ritual to me. Okay. Now, the last, obviously 20 years, my kids have probably seen me do that once. Okay. And it lasted 1 week. So they didn't even get to see potentially what Dad used to do, And the case is, I missed that because I enjoyed it, and that's what I want. Like Snapper was saying, it was more about, oh, Dad, when you used to make finals, Dad used to put all the streamers up, Now I'm 53 years old, yeah. I want to see success. We all do. So that's personally what hurts me more than anything else, not to enjoy it with my family and my friends as well, and it needs to change. Otherwise, I probably won't follow football anymore. I'd watch it, but I won't be as emotional as what I was a couple of years ago.
You're going to always support them, but you won't love it. Manny, you're a dickhead. There's a time and a place, man. Mark's having a fucking thing, and you're an idiot. I have to say. Look, you're an absolute idiot. And we're about to get into the games, and we're going to do all that. The first time that we've met Mark has a good chat, and you have to be a dickhead.
Listen, don't attack me. I agree with Mark, right? I'm being passionate with him because
stop doing that shit while he's talking.
Because you know what? It's sad that I feel that the clubs at that elite level just don't care anymore about how the fans feel, how the spectators feel, all them. So,
apologise, Manny.
My sincere apologies, Marco.
That's okay, man.
A long distance apology and a hug coming your way.
I always say, Manny, what goes around comes around, mate. Don't worry, you'll have yours coming soon, mate. Don't worry.
Lana, I apologised. I apologise, Lana. Don't shoot me, Lana. Lana, don't shoot me.
It's insincere. James Workshop, sorry. I am a Mark hater. Hate! Ooh. That's a strong word. But he has won me over tonight. Stick fat with the hate. Well done. And this is what I mean. At the end of the day, man, the reason us four, except for Manny, are on this channel is because we love our clubs unconditionally, and we'll love them right to the end, and we'll say what we say. And, as I said last night, I'll always support my team. I'll always back them. I'll always get a membership, and I'll always be there for them when they need it, right? But at the moment, like you, Mark, I've lost that love. Like, I don't love them. You know what I mean? Mate, bring me back, Carl. Bring me back. You too, you would be saying, bring me back, Essendon. Show me what we were made of. And it's even worse for us too, because we were successful ones.
Yeah.
We were the two great sides. And this is what makes it even fucking worse, man. And the players that are going through now, they look, do they care? I don't know. They might be watching this and going, you blokes are idiots. I don't know. But at least show it. Like, how else am I supposed to act?
Yeah, when I 22 players on the field, mate. Yeah.
And when you saw it on Friday and I saw it on Sunday, what do you want me to say? Like, how you want me to be positive about what? What do you want me to be positive about? Oh, you were up by 44 points. You fucking wilted. You wilted like a fucking piece of salad on a barbecue. That's what you done, right? And then you want me to, and it's not just once. It happens over and over again. So what do you want me to do? What do you want me to do? And then you go, players, stick fat. Jam it up your ass. I'm here every week, mate. Don't tell me to stick fat. You'll be gone. I'll be still here. I'll be watching it next year and the year after until I die. I guarantee I'm one of those people that they'll play the song at the funeral because that's how everyone knows me, right? You can say whatever you want about me. I'm an idiot, he goes off for the V. He doesn't know what he's talking about. You can't deny my fucking passion for my team and for the sport.
Well said.
Anyway, you know what?
Well done.
You know what? It was a great talk, and we might be going overtime here because it has been a good. But you know what? There were some games.
Rocco, there's nothing stipulating in my contract, and I've read it over just quickly, anything about overtime. So we'll have to
All right,
discuss
what
that.
time do you want to leave? Do you want to leave now? Because I'm happy to take you off right now, mate. You want to leave right now?
Props, mate.
Or you want to stay? What do you want to do?
We'll discuss it.
We'll discuss the fees later. We'll discuss how much you got to pay me to be on this show. All right, the first show, the first one. We'll go in order, and there was the first game. I think this was the first game, wasn't it? Was this the first game? I think it was. Collingwood.
It was.
GWS. They played. I didn't have the points and things. He hasn't put them up, but it was 87-54. GWS did make a little bit of a comeback, but then the Pies did what they normally do, and kept fighting, and then ran away with it.
Yeah, they did, Rocco. I think the biggest problem we had for the first couple of weeks was the inability to score goals. It was just one of those things where scoring 9 and 8 goals in a game, and it was sort of like, can these guys do anything better? And of course, we did quite well with Tim Membry, who was instrumental in kicking 3 out of the first 4 goals in the opening quarter, which I think was good to see. Nick Dacos, best on ground, like usual, 36 disposals, 6 clearances, and 2 critical third quarter goals. Because to be fair, GWS, you could see there was probably that sort of point in the third quarter that were potentially they would sort of, come back and maybe make it a more interesting game. However, credit to the boys by capitalising their entries. 22 shots from 58, 44%. So we did fairly well there. And of course, our debutant, Oscar Steens, his debut, 4 years. 4 years. Gee, that's patience for a young man. 4 years, and he played a great game. 20 hitouts and a goal right in the middle of the square there, and it was just great to see all the players go around him and and welcome him to the club. So maybe this is McRae thinking a little bit outside the square, because I think he's realised that the geriatrics are going to struggle, because this game is becoming a lot quicker. And, it's proven with the injuries that they've got. Scott Pendlebury, I don't think he's going to be playing this week. I think he's got that Achilles tightness. And Darcy Moore, he was trying to manage a hamstring on the game, which was a bit tough. And I actually thought that Ned Long was going to somehow get at least fined with that behind the play, where he hit the player, but apparently that was I didn't see anything about it. So it looks like Ned Long might be playing on tomorrow. So it's good to see. But there'll be some few changes that'll be coming on board for this game, because not going to be an easy game against Brisbane, which we'll talk a little bit more later. But it's becoming what? Sorry.
No, go. Sorry, finish.
I was going to say it's becoming it's a quicker game, and it's a game that, as you said earlier on, as we mentioned, we spoke about it, that there's no opportunity for players to rest even for 5-10 seconds, or even to get themselves back into position. So, this is going to be a test for the Magpies, and to be fair, I think in the next 4 or 5 weeks, it'll really clearly show whether our geriatrics are well managed, or whether we're just basically going to be a mediocre side for this year. But I think Will Parker might be coming back in to replace Darcy Moore, so that'll be a good little a good thing to see for him. So good luck to him. But I think it was good to see the Magpies do a lot better than what they did last week. But
well done.
I think
all right.
Tough
You're rambling, but I'm just going to pass it over to Mark for a sec, because do you agree with this? the injured GWS make this win worth nothing. Do you agree? GWS were injury prone. Collingwood comes along and wins it. Does it make this game absolutely worthless win? What do you reckon, Mark?
Yeah, no, I was just about to mention that to you, man. You do realise that GWS had half a team playing, or half of their best players that should be in there in that team. But that's 3 games. I don't think Collingwood has actually played interstate yet. I think they've played 2 games at the MCG and 1 game at Marvel. So, you know, I think they're looking after Collingwood a little bit at this stage as well. But they did risk Darcy Moore, Manny. I might have mentioned it to you last week. I said I think he's going to go in there underdone, and don't know why they took that risk in putting him on board. But as you were saying as well, the geriatrics now, Scott Penderbury, you know, how long's he going to last with the way the game's going? But it was good to see that young fella play his first game in the ruck. He looked actually quite good. So I think time will tell with Collingwood. I think they're at a 50-50 at this stage. But time will tell.
So the game against you guys against the Bulldogs this week is what you're telling me would be a waste, as has been every other game, because because you guys obviously are not getting your best side out on the field every week.
Well, we're trying to get our best side out in the field, but some of those players, like I mentioned before, not performing.
So let me ask you a question then, Mark. So had we lost from a undermanned GWS, would you have said, well, Manny, you know what? You guys got done by an undermanned side, yeah? So at the end of the day, you can only bring out what you can bring out, and if that's the best you can bring out, well, then that's your problem. That's your concern.
It wasn't really convincing.
That's for you to try and manage. That's not for us to manage. We're there to manage our team. And,
but
credit to the boys.
You didn't look convincing, Manny. The team doesn't look convincing, mate. They
won.
They beat
I'm sorry, did you see that? Did you see that last quarter? Did you see that last quarter? Did you see the last quarter?
Yeah, so it just takes 1 quarter. That's okay. But
no. What I'm saying is, you missed the point. Did you see the last quarter? Okay. If you saw that last quarter, that would have clearly shown you that Collingwood has actually stepped up. They actually decided, you know what, we ain't going to let this GWS side try and come back because they're renowned for coming back. We actually put them to rest. So at the end of the day, we're 2-1, and we're happy with where we're at the moment. And and our next challenge is going to Brisbane. So we're flying interstate. There you go, Mark.
That'll be a test for you boys this week. That'll be a test.
Well, I think the test was last week against GWS because
no, that wasn't a test. Manny, it wasn't a test, mate. It wasn't. Really? You're honestly saying that was a test. You honestly were saying that you're free out the way you guys.
Well, you picked them. You picked them. You did pick GWS.
Yeah, I did.
Yeah, you did. Exactly. So therefore, you believe that GWS would beat us. So therefore, that's it. You just sip out of your Bombers mug there and.
That's all right, mate. That's all right, mate. That's all right.
All right, that's very interesting. I like your take. Well, let's go straight into 69-81. Essendon played North Melbourne. Was it at Marvel? It was at Marvel, wasn't it? Yeah, it was at Marvel. Look, Kangaroos really. Let's be honest, they dominated, and then you happen to kick a few goals at the end to make the scores a bit more flattering than really what they were. So, but there you go, 69-81, 16 losses in a row. Another loss, another humiliating loss to you guys. Scott didn't have any answers. Yeah, I'll leave it to you, Marco. This is your time.
Well, I'm not going to harp too much on the game because we briefly spoke about some of the players just before, Rocco. But if North were going to beat Essendon, this game would have been the game because they hadn't beaten us for the last, I think, 12 games, I think it might have been. So they went out. They played some – well, both teams actually played pretty shit, to be quite honest with you. The disposals, the turnovers – it was just pretty embarrassing watching the game. And it's becoming too common with the Essendon Football Club at the moment with their turnovers. But, the game to me was quite boring. Again, having those players come in, they didn't show any enthusiasm. Serious problems again at the Essendon Football Club. There was, obviously we did come back a little bit towards the end there. One player that I noticed that is a leader, which was Carl Langford. There was 2 minutes to go. We were 2 goals down, and no pressure at all. It was 30 metres out. Tried to snap it out of his ass and didn't even make the distance. And I thought, well, there's a leader there just showing you that he just didn't have. He had plenty of time to just control himself, turn, run towards goal, bang. That could have maybe changed the game, even though we didn't play well. But it would have been 1 goal down, 2 minutes to go. But to see him just grab the ball, turn, and try and banana kick it 30 metres out, looked like it was under pressure by 5 players. He didn't even make the distance. And I just walked out. I thought, this is how bad can it be? You know what I mean? These are professional footballers. They're leaders. That he should have swallowed that up. And that's the thing. That's the thing with Essendon. Some of the best or some of the great players that are playing at the moment, which I believe we've got some great players, they're not performing as well. So God knows what's going to happen next week. There might be some records out there, but I was pretty disappointed after the game. I just walked off, and I wasn't really interested in the game at all, to be honest. So I was hoping this week maybe I could have brought out the marshmallows, but that wasn't the case.
Yeah, that's not a good time to bring out the marshmallows. Not a good time. Hey, before we move on, anyone got anything to say to Marco about that?
No. What can you say, Rocco? Well, we've spoken about this. It's a team that's got a lot of young recruits, as we've spoken about it. I think they've probably got most young recruits than any other club. The question is, what the fuck are they recruiting? Because I can tell you right now, they must be recruiting pigeons because they can't kick a fucking ball or play the game. So let's not harp on a team that is going to give the Bulldogs a 100-point win this week. So let's just leave it at that.
We got Bomber Pete, who's a bomber in there. He's been you going Sunday, Mark, versus the Dogs?
It's Easter Sunday, so I probably won't be able to get out there on Sunday, Bomber Pete. But I will be watching it, mate. No doubt about it. I'll be watching that game 100%, regardless of the outcome.
Nakamura reckons you're going to lose by 7,864 points, which is the amount of days you haven't won a final. So that would be ironic.
Wow.
Good on you, Rocco, mate. Wow. Good stats there for you, mate. Good stats for me.
Wow.
All right, let's go. Let's go bring in the next one. If we had this game here, this was another debacle, mate. Absolutely got smashed. And yeah, really, this one got smashed from start to finish, didn't you, Liam? But not much to be happy about. So you tell us a bit about.
I'm not
clap them off. Are you happy with that?
Not start to finish. But honestly, that's a really poor result. And I don't know if you guys can see the sort of final score, but I've got it here. Fremantle, 13 goals, 25 behinds. Yep. They could have absolutely smashed us by a lot more than 10 goals. They really could have. The only good thing was the first half, actually. We actually stood up. We played pretty all right. It was only a goal in it at halftime. We were ahead for a lot of the second quarter too. I think, we definitely showed again that we can play. We've got some potential, but the biggest problem is how can we go from a really competitive first half to just absolutely shocking, terrible football for the second half. It was like watching two different sides. I watched this at halftime. I was thinking, all right, we're playing pretty good. We're competitive, maybe a chance. No, absolutely not. We stunk it up. I got a bag out our coach as well. When things started going wrong, we made zero changes. There was no sight of us trying to do anything to change our game plan to do better. Biggest thing that we stuffed up was the ruck. We went into that game with no ruckman. We had, against two brilliant ruckmen, 57 hit-outs to 9. That was it. And when you see a guy like Caleb Sarong just getting easy touches out of the middle, Shai Bolton, he killed us all day as well. He was amazing because they're getting first service, but we didn't make a change. Started that third quarter, Campbell Gray gave away a goal to Jackson in the forward line. He was getting beaten clean in the hit-outs. Why don't you drag him off? Why don't you be like, you know what, it's not working. You're getting done. Noah Bolter, you're getting beat down back on Josh Tracy's mark and everything. Why don't you say it's not working? But we didn't make any of those changes. That's the most frustrating thing. The other frustrating thing really is the injuries again. I know it's not an excuse, but I'm more frustrated about the type of injuries that we are getting. They're stress fractures, and they're in our young players. That's a separate issue to the game, but that is something that needs to be looked at as well. But honestly, yeah, I came into this year thinking we were maybe going to be competitive in these games. But that's 2 60-point losses. That's 2 10-goal losses in a row. I'm frustrated. I'm not happy.
I like it.
I've got a question for you, Liam. You're not going to get off too long.
Before you go, sorry, Mark, just let me.
Yep.
So we got Matul, our favourite Greek. She's in the house. Carlton, Essendon, and Richmond are the ha-ha teams. Yes, exactly right. And then she's also asked what flavour chips I'm eating. Well, they're salt and vinegar. And,
are they Smith's crisps?
Yes, they are.
Hey, got him.
So I was sitting back and I was just enjoying the banter between. I enjoyed the banter just like everyone in the chat between everyone and Mark and Manny there. There was just some nice little banter there. I like that. So sorry, Mark, what were you going to ask?
Yeah, they might continue as well, a little bit Rocco as well with Liam. But I was going to ask you this question in our Minute to Madness quiz there. But you know, when are you going to kind of say to yourself, our rebuilding stage is done? You know what I mean? Like we've had enough time to rebuild. When do you feel that, you know, Richmond will be successful again in that way? Like 5 years, 10 years, 2 more years? Because I seem to hear a lot that Richmond are getting away with it a lot because they're rebuilding. But how far do you think that'll be until the supporters will start saying, well, maybe there needs to be some changes as well?
It's a really good question, and it's actually a really good debate among Richmond fans at the moment. I feel Uze's kind of building a game plan, and he's kind of building it with these younger players. I want to see him through it. But we still need to see something now that says it's like it's a results-driven business, right? The reality is we're bottom of the ladder right now. We've lost 2 games, 60 points in a row, and we dropped 1 in round 1 we should have got. Is that good enough? And I know it's very easy to go back and say, oh, but we're rebuilding. Oh, we've had injuries. Yeah, I get that. It's fair, but it's still very frustrating to think. I was like, I want to see us get better. I thought we were going to be better. I've seen patches of good play, but I can't. And still very early stages. Still 3 games in. I can't say that we've got better yet, and that's my concern. Yeah, we're not going to go straight to finals football, but I'm not seeing much improvement yet.
So when was the last final? When was the last grand final that you guys made? What year was the final? The last grand final, 2000 and what year was it?
Yep.
So okay, so 6 years. So you haven't made finals in 6 years. Is that correct?
We made it in 2022. We lost by like a goal to Brisbane in elimination.
Okay, all right. So it's not too bad then, isn't it? Really, to be honest, it's not like, you know, it was 10 years ago that you won your flag and you haven't done anything since then. So, and that's the point. How long? 3 years, mate? 4 years? 5? Would you give yourselves another 5 years?
To be honest, I'm thinking if there was potential to get maybe a stronger coach, I'm thinking potentially someone like a Ken Hinkley who said he'd love to coach our list. If we don't see enough improvement this year by the end of the season, and that's an option, I wouldn't mind seeing a changing coach then. But as I've said, right now, I'm being honest. Yeah, it is a bit of a cop out to use excuses like
you've been tough. You've been tough on your team there, Liam. You've been tough on your team, mate.
But
you won 3 premierships.
I'm backing it up. We're 3 weeks in. We're not 5 years and 3 weeks like Carlton. I think we're 3 weeks into this season. Let's see we've got a very winnable game coming up this week. But if we were to go out and have a poor performance in that, I think there's some concerns for us.
So that's great. That's great, and I like that you're a little bit hard on the coach too. Like, even though it's only been a few years, no, I want to see a constant improvement. First of all, got just a few messages. We've got one of our favourites, Scotty Tompkins. You got to eat salt and vinegar chips with dairy milk in your mouth at the same time, Rocco. Yeah. Trust me. Now, the question is, what are we talking here? Are we talking dairy milk, or are we talking milk chocolate? Like,
the chocolate, Minkia, the chocolate.
You got to get Maltesers and salt and vinegar chips. I have to try that.
I don't know. We're going to find out. And then we got Rocco brought them at half price. Now, I'm going to tell you something. These were brought to me when someone came onto the show. So that's the first thing, right? Second of all, when I go and buy my chips, I always go and get the special. So which one's on special, I buy them. Because they're a fucking rip-off, man. The prices of chips these days. So what I do is, I'm not shy, mate. If it means it's thins that week, I'll buy thins. If it's salt vinegar, it's salt vinegar. I think my favourite is chicken. I reckon I love the chicken chips, man. I just love chicken chips, man.
Yeah, I like the French onion. The French onion does it for me.
French onion's nice. Yeah, I like the French onion. Not too bad, but so we got a lot of. There was another one here. I try to convince.
One of those makers about 20 years ago to make one called the tzatziki with the garlic sauce, but somehow they didn't.
I'll tell you one thing. Dairy. See, fuck. It's dairy milk chocolate. He said, "You banana." All right. Is that the dairy milk you keep in your cupboard, or the one you keep in the fridge, Scotty Tompkins? We've had this big debate with our group. Where do you keep? I'm going to ask this question. We had this massive debate. We had this massive debate in our group that we've got, and Scotty's part of it, right? And it was a very robust kind of like argument and debate went on for days. Where do you store your chocolate, in the fridge or in the cupboard? I'll start with you, Mark.
I prefer the chocolate in the fridge. My wife loves dairy. My wife loves dairy milk chocolate, and she likes it not in the fridge. So there's a bit of a debate there, but
Manny?
I don't like chocolate, Rocco, but my wife keeps it in the pantry. She likes it in the pantry, yeah.
And I'm going to go to Liam.
Fridge has to be done.
There you go. I'm a fridge person too. Now, I was outdone by you, my chat, and I disagree that it should not go in the. It goes in the fridge, mate. It goes in the fridge. Well, it's up to you. And see, look at this, Scotty. I've got him. It goes in the fucking pantry. See, I'm telling you, this was a serious debate that went on for ages about where to keep the chocolate.
Or where do you keep your tomato sauce? Where do you keep your jam? I mean, that's the other thing, isn't it?
Well, then we were having arguments about where to keep certain things like
Vegemite. Chocolates, Rocco, Manny. So Easter, you guys don't have chocolates, do you? You have just the eggs, don't you? You have the actual boiled eggs.
No, we have chocolate.
They've also got the painted eggs, haven't you? This
That's right. It's a great tradition. It's a great tradition. I'd like to be able to educate you guys on our Greek tradition. A lot of history there, the Greek Orthodox religion. But you know what? I don't want to upset you guys, because then you're going to start saying something that may offend me. Good evening to Matula, Χρόνια πολλά και καλό Πάσχα.
I don't know what that means. I'm sure it was nice. Mark Tucci, the captain. We love the captain. That's what he's known as. Depends on the chocolate, but mostly in the fridge. Yeah, he was always on my side. Peter V, the fridge. I think I'm winning this debate here. I was losing it last time. And then he go, look, Scotty, we've got Scotty because he's starting to type in capitals. And when you type in capitals, you're losing the battle here. Yeah. Do you put your favourite box in the fridge? What about rose tin? I put all
because
my
it's still chocolate. It still goes in the fridge.
I put it all all in
I
the
don't
fridge.
care what
Sorry.
comes in.
Yep, tomato sauce exactly it stores in the cupboard, but once you open it, it goes in the fridge. Same with the jam.
right.
I
I
agree.
agree. Yep.
What else we got here? Fuck the footy. We got some real debates here that we're going to talk about. We got some real debates here. What else? What else goes in there? I love this sort of shit.
Well, do you prefer minties?
I'm
Or do you
always in
prefer-
good spirits, bro. I'm always in good spirits. The Geelong zone, they're a great bunch of people too, the Geelong people.
Do you prefer minties or do you prefer the cool mint?
It's a junior mint.
Now the cool mint is the round one.
I'll take a minty if you gave me that choice there. All right, tell me before we move on, because there was some more games. Before we move on, one more debate, and then we'll move on. This might be an ongoing thing. We're going to do like the debates. We might do like a weekly debate, right? The other one is your favorite, the chocolate, right? Your favorite chocolate box, right? What is your favorite chocolate?
Turkish delight.
Yeah, that's mine. I can't believe you agree with me. I love, and not many people love it.
What is going on?
Fucking
but we're debating, but we all agree because I'm going to say Turkish delight as well.
Oh, you're going to like it too?
I don't know what's going on.
You do. Everyone hates turkey, but I love it. I love it that you go somewhere and no one likes it, and they're all left for me, man. I love it. But the thing is, my missus loves them too, so we have a bit of a fight about them. And I do agree, the original. If you go to like a Turkish store and you get like a Turkish delight, the proper one, that's like the best thing, and that's different.
Yeah.
But don't get me wrong, I love the. Whenever I go and get a chocolate. If I get like 2 small chocolates, I'll get something like a Mars bar or a Snickers or something and a Turkish delight. And I always eat the Turkish delight last because that's my favorite. Like I want to finish off with my favorite chocolate.
Well, my favorite chocolates is summer roll and nougat roll. So there you go.
Summer roll, all right. Oh no, no one likes the Morrow bar. It's because it's your name.
That's like a Mars bar.
No one likes the Morrow bar. The Morrow bar is always left to last. No one eats that shit, man.
No, I think the chat's against us with this one on Turkish delight.
I never eat the Turkish delight. There you go. I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, it's a big debate.
Chat's got it wrong.
Fuck the purple snakes. What's your favorite color snakes? They do taste different. I reckon the red one for me. It has to be
raspberry.
Yeah. What about you?
Is there a difference? Orange is my favorite color. But,
orange, that's the worst.
They taste the
yellow
same.
one. The yellow one. That's the worst.
I don't eat many lollies.
I got them here, man. Like,
what about the blue M&Ms?
Whoever comes to the Jumper Punch Studios, they get fed. We get lollies, get drinks.
Someone here, I reckon.
All right, so you know what? We'll move on. We might do another debate later, but we move on. There was another game here. Rightio, 77 to 100, and that's all we can say.
I didn't see that. That was cool.
Well, that's it.
There you go, man. There it is. There it is. And 77. Lou, I'm sure this. Listen, I will talk about it because there might be people here who didn't watch the show last night. But let me get this right. Yeah, we were 43 points up. It's a mirror image of the last 3 games. It's pretty much what happened with Richmond round 1. Could be one of the most embarrassing games I've been to again. I could see it happening. I could see it in the second quarter. It was happening. You could see him put their head. They started defending by the second fucking quarter. Like, what is wrong with you people, mate? Like that, but they started putting Kemp. I mean, they had little Frankie Evans, man, our forward. They put him in defence. Like, what are you doing, man? I don't get it, man. Like, I don't get it. Like, we've talked about this before. We go into this defense, and then boss, I can't hear it. I can't listen to this bloke anymore. In his press conferences, we got to defend for longer. Fucking hell, bro. We defended for 3 quarters. Like, what do you mean we've got to defend for longer? How about you try to win the game? We're 44 points up. How about trying to win by 100? How about that be your fucking rule, you know? Like, if you start putting defense in the back, right, at an early stage, what happens is, so what they do is they put players back to save the lead for quarter time and for half time and for 3/4 time. But you're putting a defensive mindset into the play as soon as you do it. So as soon as you get your forward and you put him in a defensive role, what happens? Your team goes into defensive mode, right? How about we attack? How about we attack for fucking 4 quarters, mate? Like, if we get to 44 points up, there's a reason why we got to 44 points up. Let's continue that. Don't change it. And then soon as teams know that in the second half, if you can put enough pressure on it, we're going to collapse, right? They know. So what happens too then, once they start trying something different, Melbourne, like what you said, Liam, do something. Fucking change, mate. Like, do something. Pickett ran riot. You know who they had on Pickett in the last quarter? Hewitt.
And no one?
They had Hewitt, our slowest player. They had on Pickett. Like, what is wrong with you, bro, mate? Is that what we're going to do? Like, you could see it. So what they're doing is, so apparently we're a real contested side, so really close into the ball. We can really, we do damage. So if you notice Gorn in that last quarter, even in the last half, right, he was winning. He won the fucking hitouts like 57 to like 20 or something. It was ridiculous, right? He was punching the ball away from the congestion. So they were smart. They had a plan. They're good inside. Let's get the ball outside of that, and then we can run around. And that's, if you notice, go back and have a look. Punching 5-10 meters away from the contest, and they were just running away with it. Yeah. Can't you see that? Once they do once, twice, do something about it, bro. Do something. The leader's on the ground, Cripper and that. Do something, mate. Talk. Get on the fucking player. Make sure he doesn't do that. Make sure you stand a little bit back, mate. Make sure you don't get him to run. How about we slow down the ball? Like just little fucking things. So, look, just no good, man. It's no good. Really, really.
Yeah.
I'm disappointed. Am I angry? I get angry, then I get disappointed, then I get sad, then then I'm happy. Like, who knows, man? They've just wrecked me. So, yeah, it wasn't good. I don't like the way they're doing stuff. We got players not standing up. Mackay, like you said, I'm telling you both of them. There was a question before, and if you could find this out, Mark, does Ben Mackay like Taylor Swift?
It wouldn't surprise me. I think he probably would.
Because Harry Mackay's come out. That's his favourite artist. Listen, man, the bloke. If you're a man, like, I'm going to say this right now. I don't care if I get hate for this, right? If you're a man, right, and you like Taylor Swift, and your dog is about this big, like, just forget about it. Just go on and do something else, because what are you fucking doing, bro, man? Who adult man your favorite artist is Taylor Swift? There's something seriously wrong with you, mate. Last time he played well, Taylor Swift brought out an album. So we keep saying it here. If we can get Taylor Swift to bring out an album every week, maybe he'll play well. I don't know.
Rocco, maybe you just need to shake it off.
Who? Oh, all right, very good. I didn't get
that.
Yeah, they're identical. Yeah.
You know what? It would not fucking surprise me if the Mackay is playing for Essendon and the Essendon is playing for Carlton. They're fucking taking us for a ride, mate. I'm telling you.
They're just as bad. They could swap, and we wouldn't know, because they both get like 3 possessions. Yeah. Right? What's the difference on it? Like, seriously, bro. Like, you're probably right, man. They could swap, and we wouldn't. Our team's that dumb, we wouldn't even realise, right? We wouldn't even realise, right? You know what? You should be allowed to do that. You should be allowed to swap play. If you're a twin, you should be allowed to play for the other side. There should be like, fuck the father and son. If you're a twin, you can play for either side. I reckon that should be a rule. What do you reckon?
How many twins have there been in football? Identical twins. The Scott brothers. That's one there. Oh, yeah.
But they play for the same team. I'm talking different teams.
Yeah, okay.
You got to be a different team, you know.
Yeah.
He always knew you were a Swiftie.
Shame.
All right, Manny.
Fuck.
All right. Let's have a look at that. The AFL ladder. And at the bottom, yes, this is the character building zone. These teams aren't losing, they're collecting draft picks. Quote of the day. However, Gold Coast Suns, they've got no fucking idea what they're doing up there at the moment, but they're security. And I can tell you right now, if there's one team that's going to be putting a lot of pressure and giving it to everybody doggy style, you got it. That's the Western Bulldogs. However, the Magpies, you know what? They're doing okay at the moment. 114.5, I think, or 0.6 in the percentage, which is not too bad. However, let me tell you a little bit of history here. The French say ménage de trois. The Italians say la porto a tre. And the Greeks say parti with usa. You know what that means? It means that the three bottom sides at the moment are ancestral. They're shagging each other hard. They don't know what they're doing. They've got no idea, but they're all looking pretty fucking hopeless at the moment. So let's hope that one of them wins and climbs up from that there and separates themselves from the rest. But at the moment, it's good night, Irene. Back to you, Rob.
I'll tell you one thing. That was very good. I'll tell you one thing. They might be changing the father and son rule. So they're going to make it even harder. I think Essendon have got Buick that they want into their side. We got Walker, Port Adelaide have got someone. Listen, all three sides, don't worry, right? You won't have to worry about it because no one will be bidding for it because we'll be at the bottom of the ladder and no one's going to bid for our club because we're going to get them with our picks. So anyone that's worried about father and sons, don't worry about it, man. Mate, we're going to probably have like pick 3 in the draft. We'll probably have pick 2 or 3. Mate, underneath us is going to be Essendon. They're not picking Cody Walker. They're going to pick Buick. So we're going to pick Cody Walker. Everything's fine. It's all good. We're getting our kids. It's all good, man.
Maybe we are tanking. Maybe we are tanking.
Yeah, all right. Thank you for fucking round 1. That's good stuff.
Yeah.
That's it, really, yeah.
It's all about how many losses you can have this year, Rocco. It's not about how many wins this year for us.
Yeah.
All right, let's get into our games real quick because we are going way over time, but I think everyone's having some fun, so let's do it. Is everyone having fun? I think everyone is having a bit of fun here tonight. We got some more we got some more, I reckon we got some more Toblerone. Everyone likes a Toblerone. Yeah. Is that your it's all right. It's not one of my favorites. There's another one here. There's another one here by Carl's, and I think the Cherry Ripe. Oh, I don't know. Do you like cherry? I don't like cherry.
Yeah,
Not bad.
because it's dark chocolate. I like dark chocolate.
I like cherry ripe.
I don't like
think
it.
it's good.
I like cherry ripe too, Manny. I like cherry ripe.
I like cherry ripe. So you like chocolate, Rocco?
Look, to tell you the truth, I'm not a massive chocolate fan. I don't have a lot of chocolate, but my favorite chocolate of all time, and I've always got a packet of them in the fridge, and I have once.
Oh, don't tell me. Don't tell me Tim Tam. Don't tell me Tim Tam. Okay,
man.
Is Tim Tam's chocolate or a biscuit, though?
Oh, fuck off. It's chocolate. It is a biscuit. Right. Yeah, this sounds like a George Costanza from the Seinfeld episode, man. The Twix bar. Oh, where is he? Rocco Moro, big a big Seinfeld lover, and there's also Bocek. Remember the Twix? They'll come out with it straight away. Watch this. Choc biscuit. All right, whatever it is. The double choc Tim Tam. Sorry, you can't go wrong, mate.
Yes.
I agree. Double
choc after dinner. Just one. I don't want to indulge myself. Just one double chop Tim Tam.
Yeah.
Mate, he's the best. And the other one I would say is they're all Twix. That's right. They're all Twix. But I remember the Seinfeld episode. He done the whole Twix. He put all the Twix out. He took all the wrappers away, and everyone's going, "Oh, it's this." He goes, "They're all Twix. They're all fucking Twix." The other thing I like. The other thing I like, and it's not chocolate, but tea. I like a cup of tea with teddy bear biscuits. Cup of tea with teddy bear biscuits. Milk is fucking awesome, man.
Right. That's such
You
an old
go out
thing.
in the woods someday.
Da 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 da. I don't know the words, but I remember the tune.
The jingle.
And a big surprise. Yeah.
That's right. That's right. All right. Let's go into
Show
next
the
week.
ways.
Let's go
We're
into
showing
next
the
week. We've got the Brisbane Lions and the Pie. Let's get through this. We know what's going on here. Just a quick summary of what you think, and we'll go to tips later.
All right. I think the Magpies are going to find it tough, especially after Brisbane came back to beating St Kilda. Had they lost from St Kilda, I think it would have been a different mindset. But having said that, there are some injuries that are concerning Brisbane at the moment. And for some reason, we tend to play okay when we go up to Brisbane. And we also play pretty well when we're probably one of the best travelling sides over the last 10, 15 years. So I think we'll get over the line but it's going to be a close game. And I'm looking forward to seeing our young bloke Steen excel himself, because he really, really looks like an exciting young player.
Nah, they're gonna target him. He's gonna get smashed this week, and then all your hype is going down, man. That's what I reckon. But yeah, it's gonna be a tough. It's gonna be a good game. I'm looking forward to that one. There, I'm telling you, no one even cares about the footy anymore. So we're all talking about things. So we've got Matula here. Where's Matula? Matula. There she is. All right. So do you bite the corners of the teddy bear biscuit and suck? Now,
Yes.
With
hot
but you got
chocolate.
to do the chocolate ones, right? So you
Yeah.
bite the ear and you bite the foot and you suck it up and it melts the inside. The best. That's the best. But
That's called the Tim Tang Bong. For those who don't know, it's called the Tim Tam Bong.
no, it's not Tim Tan. I'm talking about
What
the
was
teddy
this
bear.
flat?
But even Tim Tams, you bite them on each side of the corner and you suck it up. It's called the Tim Tam Bong.
What's that, William?
I thought it was the Tim Tam Slam,
Well,
not the
listen,
bomb.
in your era, you're a lot younger than me, Liam. If you want to slam it, that's fine with me, bud.
All right. But yeah, that's definitely a goer, mate. But you got to be
Always
careful
a
with that,
joke with this fella.
because I don't do it anymore because I try not to fucking eat too many of those things. But if you did have to tip, I could eat a packet of Tim Tam. Oh, sorry. I could eat a packet of chocolate teddy bear biscuits in the tea and then be sick by the end of the night, because it's like, I'm telling you, it could be one of the best desserts ever.
Oh, God.
Friday, North Melbourne v Carlton for the big Friday, Good Friday appeal match. It's always done. It's actually, look, outside of the game, before the game, I know you guys have never been there, but it's at Marvel. They got the roof closed. They put all the lights on, and then they get all the kids to run out through the banner. They got them all lined up. They're loving it. It's a great thing for them. They raise all the money. And as I said, as far as the channel goes, on the day, we've got Bocek. He'll be doing the watch along, right? And so anything, any chat, any super chat, any super sticker, anything that comes on will all be donated to the Good Friday appeal. And I'm sure you guys are going to jump on and donate also, right? I guarantee they will be. And then there's the emergency meeting, and all proceeds will be going to them, because it's a great cause for the kids. But as far as the game goes, mate, how can I go into this game with any sort of confidence? How? What I've seen, are they going to come out? Apparently, tomorrow night, make sure you watch Selection Blues with Dylan and Zach. And they'll be doing the teams live coming out. Apparently, Chera is back in. I know Harry Dean's going to be out for a couple of weeks, so it looked like Haynes might be in. I'm looking for some more changes. I'm looking for Newman to come in. I'm also looking. Let's get maybe let's get one of the wingers out sorry, I've forgotten his name, but the bloke who's come over from West Coast. And bring in Ben Camporelli. He did all right in the reserve, so maybe give him a chance. OT's got to have. They've just brought him in too early. He's not ready. You know what I mean? And yeah, probably going to get some of those moves. Saad also played half a game in the reserves. I reckon they will. So he might come in. I hope they don't bring him in. I think that Saad slowly has to be pushed out if we want to improve for the future. So I'm looking at those moves. Terry not being in there is definitely going to help. That will help a bit, but I think the outside run. I'm telling you, I can't give you a case that we're going to win this game. I can't give you a case. Will they come out and do something special? Maybe. But this is what I live by. Hope.
I think Carlton's going to win this game, Rocco. And I can tell you right now, if you watched the game, well, because I think they're a lot steadier as a side. I mean, don't look at your results. I mean, I understand that Melbourne game may have been a little bit of a disappointment, but
North's been playing good football, man. They got some good plays. Their midfield's better now.
If somebody had walked into for the first time and decided to watch North Melbourne and Essendon for the first time, they would have turned around and said, "What a fucking pathetic game! Did you guys score this? Did
you watch Carlton in the second half?
I understand that, but at least it was a game that was divided into two. Whereas Essendon and North Melbourne, everything was messy. Like the head balling, the ball's there, and then look.
Rocco, there's one thing that Carlton.
I think this is going to be the game that Carlton's going to prove that they are ready to either say to us, pull your finger out of your ass, or they're going to.
We do that every fucking week, man. I'm sick of this shit. This week is a line in the sand. Next week's a line in the sand. Last week was a line in the sand. Every week was a line in the sand.
I'm being honest with you. That's my opinion.
One thing, Rocco, that Carlton can guarantee you guys is that they'll be in front at halftime.
I can't even guarantee you that. I'll guarantee you that. To tell you the truth, I reckon at halftime we might be in front by 50 and we'll lose by 50. Well, we'll talk about a side that's going to get fucking rammed in the arsehole. The Doggies and the Essendon team. I reckon the way the Doggies are playing and the way the Essendon, there should be a mercy rule this week.
Yeah, I agree.
You can stop the game whenever you want. So, like, you can say, like let's just stop now, and there should be a mercy rule. What do you reckon, Mark?
Yeah, look, I think the Bulldogs will be a top four this year, the way they're playing at this stage. But look, there could be all sorts of records broken this week, boys. So, looking forward to that. But once again, maybe bring in some players, those experienced players. Harry Jones, Cox. I think Setterfield might be just about ready to jump back on board.
Fucking hell! When you're bringing back Setterfield, I'm telling you, you're in trouble, bro. You're in trouble.
Ridley's due to come back. Brian, after 12 months ACL, as I was saying, bring them all in. Give them an opportunity to play for their spots. If not, start fucking delisting the players. I hope they do debut a top priority pick, young fella by the name of Ruby, kicked 4 goals in the reserves. So Hope they give him the go this week. And another player that just got back last week as well that had another knee reconstruction was Edwards. He kicked 5 goals in the reserves, and that was his first game back. So bring him in. Bring him in, drop the other players that they're not performing. And this is what it's all about this year, I guess, is just to go out there, try something different, change the game plan. You know, Mackay, put him forward, give it a go. You don't know. You might have 1 kick, you might have 10. I'm not sure, but just move the players around a little bit. But it's going to be tough for us this weekend. But I think all we need to do is let's just start playing some real ugly football. Ugly shit football. Let's just flood the back line. Who cares about the way the game's changing? It's fast-paced, run and carry. Don't worry about it. Just flood it. Be boring, and anything can happen. So I'm happy to watch the Essendon Football Club just sit there and just flood the whole back line. And I believe they might do something like that this weekend, and we'll win by 1 point.
Wow. All right, fair enough. Just quickly, I'm trying to keep all these. Where is he? Rocco using my lines. Rocco model. All right. You did put that in the chat last night, or someone did read that. Rocco said we'll be up by 50 and by halftime, and then the next one was we'll lose by 50 by the end of the game. So it was your line. There's your credit. Are you happy? You Perth boys, man, you're very, very touchy, aren't you? You Perth people.
Newspapers are going to be reading on Easter Monday, which is really sad because it's a holiday and it's a holiday. It'll be saying Bombers copped it doggy style.
Oh, that's a good line. I don't think they'll ever use that, but that is a good.
Yeah, I think that might be.
We don't.
After saying all that, here's our tips, and we don't have to give our tips. I got them, but as you can see, I bagged Carlton the whole way, and then I picked them. So I'm not, and so did Mark. He picked his own team. So, but yeah, there you go, Liam. If you can quickly go through the games and where they're played.
Yeah. First game, Thursday night, tomorrow, Brisbane versus Collingwood at the Gabba. Collingwood have to travel, Manny. What's happening there? That's a bit weird. Nah, I think Brisbane are back. They'll get the win.
Yep. We won't go through the tips. We got them in there, so we know where we're going.
Cool. All right. Then we've got your game, Friday night. Good Friday game, North Melbourne, Carlton. I tipped you guys because I think you have to win, but we'll see. And then the other Good Friday game, Adelaide and Fremantle at Adelaide Oval. That's an interesting one. That's a real 50-50. I've only tipped Adelaide because they're the home team. Saturday, my team. I'll be there. I think it's a good chance for our first win. I really hope we can do it. We'll see. Saturday night, West Coast, Sydney over in Perth. West Coast have played pretty good, but I think Sydney's a better team, so they should get the win. Sunday, Melbourne Gold Coast at the G. I think maybe Melbourne's a good team. I don't know, but Gold Coast are better. They'll get it. Then the big Essendon game against the Bulldogs at Marble. Yeah, I'm worried about this one for Essendon. I really am. And then the Easter Monday clash, Hawthorn Geelong, always a pretty good game. Should be that could be game of the round.
Yeah.
Yep. I'm looking forward. There's a few good games there, not mine, but there's a few good games. Now, I'm going to try this because I couldn't fit it in, so I'm going to try to get it up there. So hopefully I don't lose everyone. So because we have got a ladder, I should be able to do this. I've just got to find it. Let me have a look. All right, so here it is. I wonder if this will work. Is it going to be up there? Is it going to be up there? Is it going to be up there? Yeah, I can do it. Here it is. Here it is. He's the leaderboard. You got Liam 21. He's on a good percentage there, 64. So he's picking the difference. So you got Manny on 19, a couple behind, way off in the totals, but the main score. Then you got Mark at 17, 73, and then Rocco just blanket behind 16, but if I keep picking my team, I can't see myself winning. But you know what? It's worked for me the last 3 years, and I'll keep at it. But I reckon this year I'm going to get burnt for this one here. So, all right, we're going to have a bit of fun here. What do we got here? Graphics leaderboard. All right, let's do this. I think everyone's been waiting. I've been waiting for this all day. The minute of madness. This is absolutely going to go nuts today, mate. I'm going to be asking Manny some questions. Mark is going to be asking Liam some questions. We got a minute. We'll go about 90 seconds if we have to. If I feel that the questions are good enough, I'll let it go through. But it is called the minute of madness. I mean, if we called it the minute and a half of madness, it just hasn't got the same sort of like. So we'll call it a minute of madness, but it could go a bit long. I'm going to start the stopwatch. Is everyone ready? Grab your salt vinegar chips, get some chocolate into your face, sit back and just watch the gold about to happen. Ready, steady. Remember that in school? Ready, steady, go. Ready, steady, go. Who's doing it? All right.
We didn't say who's doing it. You just said let's go.
I'll put Mark and Liam.
I'll go first. All right, ready, Liam? Sorry, mate.
Do you want to count us in again, Rocco?
All right. So we're going to do the minute of madness.
Like you're slow like the team.
We're going to go. Mark is going to give Liam a minute of madness. Ready, steady, go.
Liam, have you always bagged for the Richmond Football Club?
Yes.
Do you think Adam Uze is the right man to coach your Cubs to a premiership?
Maybe not.
How long do you think it will take before the Richmond Football Club start being contenders to play in a grand final again?
Ooh, I'm going to say 3 years.
3 years, okay. What was Dale Waitman's nickname?
I'm not sure. Oh, Flea, I think. I'm pretty sure.
Right on.
Yeah.
What position did Kevin Sheedy play?
Back pocket.
Continue
Great
the lyric.
player.
Continue the lyric. Oh, we're the Tigers of old.
Strong and we're bold.
I thought it was we're small. We've got small balls. Anyway, sorry. Do you think Damien Hardwick deserted the club?
Say it again.
Do you think that Damien Hardwick deserted your club?
Deserted.
No.
Okay. What number is Hugo Ralphsmith?
13.
Okay. Do you think Sam Laylor will be the next Dusty Martin?
Yeah.
Okay. One last one. Have you ever considered possibly barracking for Jez's team, the West Coast Eagles?
Nah. They're good as my second.
Okay. That's it, buddy. I answered it.
You caught me out on the old school player. You got to remember, I'm not as old as you guys.
All
Well,
right.
you got it. Yeah.
You've done well there, Liam. You got them all right, and you answered honestly, so I like it. All right.
Thank you, Mark.
Ready for Rocco? On to Manny. We ready, Manny?
Yeah, I suppose.
Ready, steady, go. Who was the captain before Scott Pendlebury?
Tony Shaw.
Hang on.
Nathan Buckley. What number did Nathan Buckley wear?
Number 10.
Number 5. Who coached Collingwood before Malthouse?
Before Malthouse. Oh, fuck.
Tony Shaw. Who won the Norm Smith medal in the drawn grand final?
Rene King.
No, it wasn't.
Brendan
It was Scott Burns.
Lenny Hayes. Who was Collingwood's main ruckman in the early 2000s?
Monkhurst.
Josh Fraser. What year did Collingwood win its last back-to-back grand final?
Oh, back to back. That was in 1927.
57 and 58. Who was the president before Jeff Brown?
Before it was McAllister.
Bah, Eddie Maguire. What number did Dane Swan wear?
Dane Swan wore number 10.
36. Who was full forward before? Who was the full forward before? Is it Millicek?
Oh, fuck.
Sorry, repeat that.
Who was the full forward before? What's his name? Millicek. What's his name? Myercheck. Sorry.
Cox.
Who was a full forward before him?
Yeah.
Brian Taylor.
No, it was one of the Shaw brothers.
Renee King.
No, Shaw, one of the Shaw brothers.
Siren's
Travis
gone.
Stoke.
Siren.
Travis Stoke. What year did Buckley retire?
He retired in 2010.
2011.
Flip of the coin.
What's your BNF award named?
Our best and fairest, I think, is called the commentary.
The Copeland Trophy. What number does Sidebottom wear?
Sidebottom wears number 3.
22. Who kicked 9 goals in a grand final for Collingwood?
Oh, that one there was
Virio Rocker.
Anthony Rocco.
Gordon Coventry. What year did Collingwood last finish at the bottom of the ladder?
1983.
1999. What number did Pendlebury start his career with?
He doesn't know what number he wears now.
Number 16. Name 3 players from the 2002 grand final, not Pendlebury and not Swan.
Don't even answer it, Manny.
Nathan Buckley.
Yeah.
Scotty Burns. And Maxwell.
Fucking hell. How many grand finals did Collingwood lose between 1977 and 81?
How many they went between 77 and 81? 4.
They lost 4 and they drew 1. Do you actually watch the game or you just celebrate the wins?
Hang on. This is supposed to be a minute and a half.
Have you been listening to this thing?
I've just got over
It's
3
got
minutes.
an hour and a half. It's an hour and a half, this one, mate.
3 minutes.
Bye-bye.
Come on. If that was too good to stop, wasn't it? We couldn't stop that, could we?
No.
Yeah.
I can't believe you got not one right, Manny.
Manny.
Not one
right. Not one right. The closest one you got was how many grand finals they lost, and I gave you the years, right? And the other one you got close was
When Buckley retired.
yes, by 1 year you missed.
Oh.
You got every other question wrong.
Man,
Now, I just want to say something to you, right? I just want to say something to you other two there, right? I'm gonna ask you questions in the future. That's how you do Minute of Madness. And if it's
that
good,
is not how you do it. He got nothing right.
exactly how you do it. I want to hear from the chat. Is that how you do Minute of Madness?
That's how you ask the question.
Mate, I thought I had a couple of good ones.
No, that's not. You're right, Liam. That's not how you answer Minute of Madness, but it's the way you ask the questions. That's for sure. Oh, he's back. Oh,
Yeah.
Plastic supporter. Pathetic effort, Manny. Pathetic. No soup for Manny. You're done, mate. Manny, the ultimate Collingwood supporter. We might have to that one there, I think, guys, that is worthy of clipping up. Right? Did I get that wrong? Did I 57-50? I might have got that wrong. Sorry. If I did get that wrong, I did look it up. What can you tell me when it was then?
Let's do a Google search.
Yeah, maybe I did get now.
Nah,
Now that
doing
I'm looking at it, I did write these quickly before. Maybe I did. I think you're right. I think I did. So I'm going to give you that one, Manny. I was wrong on that one there.
That's all right, Rocco.
But 35-36. Thank you. Anyway, all right, 35-36. You were still wrong because you went into the 20s. So
I said 27-28. Yes.
So
Actually, you went 27, 28, 29, 30. You won 4 in a row.
They went four in a row, but they cheated.
I don't know. That was nearly 100 years ago.
We treated the shot with a salary cap.
Those years, there was a rule that if you finished on top of the ladder, right, and you lost your final, you could replay the game again.
Yeah, it was a salary cap thing.
No, it was a salary cap.
It was salary cap 100 years ago. What?
100 years ago, there was no salary cap. There was, here's your pair of boots. Go and play footy. Shut up.
We're taking performance-enhancing drugs, bongs.
Yeah, different setup these days. Nah, all right, so that was a bit of fun. I enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed that. I quite enjoyed doing that.
That's all we heard, mate. Fucking hell.
That was it, mate. That was half the
Mark,
segment.
I was watching Mark. Mark was turning red from laughter. He had to walk off. All right. Since you're a clown.
Make us laugh, Manny.
I thought I already made you laugh.
Make us laugh again. Was that your joke, was it?
Just replay it, Manny. Rocco, just replay it.
So
I'm
anyway,
going to clip that up. I'm going to
there's
clip that up and put it out there.
there was a family living in an apartment building, and this family was very well mannered, very well spoken. Anyway, so little Johnny went up to his mum and dad and said, "Mummy, Daddy, how are babies born?" And the mum said, "Oh, the stork brings the babies around." And then little Johnny said, "So what about little Petey on level number 5? Yeah, the stork brings him around." "Oh, and what about Sophie in level 2? The stork brings him around." So all those kids in the building, the stork brings them around. And then little Johnny said to his mum, "So who fucks the stork?"
Fair. That was good. I'll give you that. That was good.
It was good. It was good.
You like that one?
Yeah, that's not too bad. What does everyone reckon of that? I reckon everyone's going to enjoy that one there. I reckon that was a pretty good one there. Well done. Yeah, we're getting the ha-ha. So that's good stuff. That's what we boom boom. Yeah. That was very good, very good. I like that. So you are getting better with that, I have to admit. You are getting better. All right. This has been a big show. Thanks for everyone for joining. It's almost gone 3 hours. I think good
Well,
chat.
Lana didn't like my joke.
What's that?
Lana didn't like my joke.
No, she liked it. What did she say?
Nah, she said,
No, she said, "No, that was crap, Manny."
Oh, that was crap, Manny. Well, there you go.
Sorry, Lana, I might have to. I
I'm
might have to. Hey,
I'm going to respect what she said.
maybe I need to. Maybe I need to sort of soften them up a bit. Maybe make them more PG rated. But
Maybe.
anyway,
Maybe. Make sure you catch all the shows on the Minute of Madness was funny. I'm telling you, man. I think that's get ready because there will be a clip on that, and that might go viral. That clip, man. That might go viral. I might add some Collingwood stuff behind it. I'm going to work on that tomorrow. Sorry, Manny, lift your game. And there was another one here, like about that was quite funny. I thought Enzo Valentino. Is Manny aware Pendlebury wears the number 10? He only wore it for 446 games.
The game's record.
Oh my God. Oh my God. At least, like, I know some of them are difficult, but you should have at least got 50% of them right. At least 50%.
Look, I'll be honest with you. I had it. I sat down and I said to myself, he's bound to ask me certain questions. So I had this little thing set up here, and I thought he's going to ask me about who was going to be the coach between that year and that year, who won the Brownlow, how many times the Brownlow medal won, how many times we've won the premiership, how many times we've appeared, all that. So I had little setups there, and then I had I had a number of things there, and then I thought, maybe he's going to change. Then I had some other stuff, but no, you've outdone me today, Rocker. You're very good when it comes to.
I'm not going to give you basic questions. I was going to give you questions that you should know. It's a little bit difficult, but you should know if you're going to be a real fan. But it was a good show. And as Jay said, it was a great show. Bona Pasqua, happy Easter, everyone. But before we do that, all the shows, right? So tomorrow, make sure you catch the boys, man. They're doing a great job on the Selection Blues with Dylan and Zach. So they'll be on about, I think they're going to get on about 5:30. Teams come out just after 6. So they bring them out live. They have a great discussion with the chat and that, working out who's going to be in the side. They work it out, and then bang, the side comes out. So it's a really good show. As I said, Friday is Good Friday. We got game day with Bo. We've got emergency meeting like an hour after that finishes. All proceeds, donate. Donate. Like, get on there, into the chat, give away anything you can, $1, $2, $5. It'll be all added together, and we're going to give it to the Children's Hospital, man. So that's what it's all about tomorrow. Make sure then we got that. Then we got Sunday. Oh, it'll be on a Monday. Will be Monday Blues. Sorry, not Monday Blues, but Catch Monday Blues. That's a good show too. But you're going to have Blue Sunday, which is on a Monday because of Easter. So make sure with David Rees-Jones. That was a great show last Sunday, mate. David Rees-Jones and Seba went straight at it. David Rees-Jones said a few things, and Seba just he went against him, and they had a great debate. So, mate, that's a good watch. That was a good watch. And then you got previews. Also, Thursday, Level Up, the new show with Mars and Jad. Jad's the new star, man. What they do is we've worked away to show the footage. Hopefully it works. They go through footage of the game. They explain exactly what went wrong, what they should have done, what they did right. So that'll be a good show on Thursday. I'm assuming it's after Selection Blues, and then of course you got us on Wednesday and TJP on Tuesday. Andy from Monday Blues will join us next Tuesday too on things. So that should be a big show.
Follow us on Insta.
Yeah. So as everyone's been saying now, happy Easter. Happy Easter to everyone, even if you're not celebrating. Happy holidays, whatever you want to call it. Like some people believe in Easter, other people believe in chocolate eggs, but it doesn't matter. Everyone get holidays. Forget about what like if you're religious or you're not. It's about getting together, having a bit of a laugh, getting together with your family, having a good time. Make sure everyone does that, man. Like share some love out there. Forget about the footy just for one day, even though I can't, but just forget about the footy for one day. And make sure you spread that love, guys. What do you reckon?
Yeah, I agree, Rocco. I agree, mate. It's time for everyone to get together. But of course, as we all know, with what's happening around the world at the moment, it's made things tough for us here. And of course, this government that we still have under power has been shagging us all for a long time. Look at the prices of fuel. There are people who would love to take their families away for 3-4 days, and they can't because they're thinking about the fact that they got no diesel to fill their cars. Others have got no, thinking about the fact they're going to cost them $300-400 just to put fuel in the car because this government likes to bend us over and fuck us. I don't know whether we start calling them the new AFL of the government. The government is now the new AFL. They got no fucking idea, and they like to shag all of us. But anyway, happy Easter to all everyone. Happy Easter to everyone. My Easter, of course, is next week, the Greek Easter.
You know why they do it the week after? Because all the
because you guys can't get it right. That's why.
Because all the cheap Easter eggs, the ones that are left over, you can get them for half price. You tight asses. That's exactly why.
If you get chips at half price, why can't we get chips at half price?
That's true. But we don't change our whole Easter.
Anyway, and happy Easter to everyone who's celebrating. Kronia Pola, Kalo Pascha, and let's just all have. Let's all be safe. Be safe, and good luck to your teams.
Yeah, be safe and make sure you're all back next week. And make sure, listen, if you haven't done it, like, share, and subscribe. That's all we ask for, man. Just a bit of a like, a share, and a subscribe, and that's it. And we're happy men, aren't we? All right. I think it's time to go. So thank you for coming, guys, and go the Mighty Blues.
Happy Easter. Go to
For him and himself and everyone.